And welcome to SEN Spirit's coverage of the Southwest Football League. Bradley, brought to you by Hyundai and Cash for Cans. Brunswick Oval is the venue this afternoon for the clash between HBL and Augusta Margaret River. A very important 4 points up for these two clubs. HBL have a chance to push themselves closer and closer towards that finals appearance, and AMR need a win to stay in the contest. This is the Tyre Power pre-game show. Thanks to Tyre Power. Get the power. I'm Alan Crane, and with me this afternoon is Darren McDonald. Welcome, Macca.
G'day, Alan. Couple of changes on the Augusta Margaret River team sheet just got handed to us.
Couple of late changes.
Yeah, so Nathan Ainsworth's wearing number 2, if you want to change that one up. He was listed as 12. And Benny Watson is number 27 instead of 28.
Well, there you go.
So
Thank you to them keeping us up to date on that. That is very, very helpful. Now we'll run through a conditions report, Mac.
Sorry to throw you out right there.
That did, mate. That's been around the corner. Let's go for a conditions
But
report.
good afternoon to everyone, and it is a beautiful day
Well,
here
that's what was
at the
gonna-
Brunswick Showgrounds.
That's what I was going to say with thanks to Garage Doors Southwest, your accredited B&D dealer, the Garage Doors Southwest. Mac, of the conditions report, I can report that it is a lot better than 2 weeks ago when we come here.
And you can see the McDonald clan coming over the hills today.
The hills are clearly visible. It was horrendous last time we were here, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Torrential rain.
One of the worst days for football I've seen in my life, and it did not stop from before the first bounce till after the last.
And I know that because our cameraman is still here.
Yeah, it's safe for him to be here today.
Yeah, no, but the ground looks surprisingly good, doesn't it? Speaking of grounds, I seen Basildine the other day down in the Waffle and Leaderville where the carnival was played.
Like Basildine.
This is absolutely superb compared to that, Macca.
Yeah. There's as I drove in over the other side of the ground, there's still a fair bit of water laying around outside the fence, but the ground itself set up nicely and looks pretty good.
It's drained considerably. It used
Yeah.
to be very boggy here,
Yeah.
especially down in that pocket over the showgrounds end.
Yeah. No, it looks pretty good.
This is the pre-game show. Visit your local Tyre Power store today for a free tyre and safety inspection. Now with 60 stores across WA, Macca, a big clash, a huge clash for these two sides. As I said just a while ago, HBL have a chance to really consolidate that position in the 5. And AMR, well, just going through their side, gee, that's changed considerably over the year.
Yeah, just HBL, a game in hand, sitting in the 5, really need this to keep building momentum towards the end of the year to make sure that they're still in there after the main home and away closes. And they couldn't quite match it with South Bunbury, all that experience and those big seasoned bodies in the conditions we had. They just overpowered them in the end. They gave it all their whole game, but they just couldn't quite match it with them. But today's a different story. You've said it, Craney. AMR, the last time I called them was about midway through last year, and I don't recognise one name on the team sheet. There's no Pains.
How long would it have been since an Augusta Margaret River side run out with no Pains on the team sheet? Yeah. Umpires are just entering the arena, and is Lucas Billett and Aaron Andrews in the field. On the boundary, Hudson Crawford, Ash Crawford and Noah O'Day. And in the goals, Joel Chernovoff and Damien Chafelli. Yep. Good to see Damien back out there. I think he had a bit of an injury last time we played out here and he had to get replaced. So good to see him back on the park.
Good to see. They do a good job, the umpires in the Southwest. Very rarely do I query their decisions. When I'm watching a game of AFL, I don't know what's going to happen from minute to minute, let alone week to week, Craney.
I don't think they do either, but we better leave that there. We'll go around the grounds for you this afternoon, thanks to Geograph Civil as well. We have a game up at Collie. The Collie Eagles will take on Dunsborough. Adam Bignell, 300 games for the Collie Eagles. Oh, that's huge. He is an absolute legend up there, isn't he? And I tell you what, he's an in and under player. Every club would like an Adam Bignell, so all the best to Adam Bignell. He's in and under,
but he goes out too. He's very skillful on the outside as well. He's a grunt player.
And a goal kicker. And down at Harvey, Bunbury, at Payne Park actually, Bunbury will take on the Harvey Bulls. I think that's a 2:40 start, so big ask for the Harvey Bulls there, I should imagine, Macca.
Yeah, I reckon the Harvey, they had the one win, Craney.
2 wins. Two wins. Charlie is with us. We just haven't got him mic'd up just yet.
Bunbury trying to set themselves too for September, and that should be one that they would have penciled in, I'd
Of course,
imagine.
Charlie is number one supporter down at Harvey, and our co-host.
Number one ticket holder.
And our co-host on the ball on Friday afternoons. Yep. Well, let's have a look at some of the key matchups thanks to Southern Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with Southern Lock and Security. Well, the one that I'm struggling to find a matchup for is Big Jack Fletcher.
Yep.
He had an outstanding carnival. He is a man mountain in the ruck. And if he gets his own way, they'd bring in the likes of Anderson and Soulis around the ball. They're going to be into trouble, aren't they? So can you see a matchup for him? I was just watching both these sides as they warm up.
They will be licking their lips today, those midfielders for HBL, because Jack Fletcher's in brilliant form. He was best player of the carnival, just gone, and the Southwest have won 3 out of the 4 of their last years, so that's good for the comp. But I cannot see a match-up for him anywhere. And I would dare say that AMR's tactics from the beginning of this game will be to go one-on-one in the midfield for the stoppages.
Somehow they have to nullify them stoppages and at least get it to 50-50. Yeah. As Jordan Bajetta will take the toss for the HBL. In his 100th game for HBL, he's played 50-odd for Kerry Park, and now he's played 100 for the HBL Lions, and he has won the toss and will go to the city end, or the scoreboard end, if you like. So congratulations to Jordan.
That's a Peter's Ice Creamery in Craney. Come on.
Peter's Ice Cream. Well, there's a scoreboard down there. There's everything going on down there. We're a bit bare on the other side there, Mac.
We've got the showgrounds end.
Jed Spence, outstanding for AMR so far this year, as long as with Max Spivey. Yep. They're two that are going to have to be on their top of their game this afternoon, along with Byron George, I would imagine, Macca. And Carl Norgard-Lee will play his first game for AMR, so congratulations to him. And one you're going to like, Macca, Buster Turner will play his first game for the HBL Lions, as the sides are getting in their last-minute huddles at each end of the ground. Looking forward to this one, Macca.
I love parents who think about what name they're going to give their child and for the future for footy commentators. Hey, I can't wait till he gets hold of it. What number's he wearing, Craney? Number 18. He's making his debut.
Number 18.
HBL. He looks like he's standing down there in the square, so he's going to. You said he was a bit of a small forward.
He's a small forward, starting in that forward pocket.
And he's starting on the ground, not on the bench, so I can't wait for him to bust things open down there, Craney.
There you go already. Jared Humphreys back in the side from last time we seen him. We all know the class of Jared Humphreys.
He's a man mountain, isn't he?
It is Tane Williams, the Williams boys. They just got a fair bit of class all over. As I said, AMR, they've got a new list of players in their side from when we've last called them. So, but one thing we know about AMR is when they get on a roll, they're pretty hard to stop. So,
Craney, all the midfielders are walking to the centre, and I can't seem to pick out a ruckman. I think it might be number 32, Hanny. Looks like he might be going to the ruck.
I think Jack Haney will do the ruck work, and as I said, they need to 50-50 it at least with Fletcher, or get their other midfielders just to get in the right spot.
It's Kittle Neal going to the ruck.
Kittle Neal?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a pretty good matchup. Thanks to Southern Lock and Security. Secure your home of business with Southern Lock and Security. That was the Tyre Power pre-game show. We're just about to get underway at Brunswick Oval. Crucial 4 points for these two sides. HBL will take on AMR. Aaron Andrews has the ball in the middle. He's just checking out all the 666. He nearly got us all excited, and then he just put a stop to it. Did Aaron Andrews? Righto, we're just about ready to go. Macca, who wins?
HBL today. I think Augusta Margaret River probably too undermanned, and HBL are as much as they need to win. HBL need to win just as much, and they've got too much class all over the park for them, I feel.
Too quick around the stoppages for me. I think you're right. Pretty good matchups on this wing as well. So Aaron Andrews must have his clock there just waiting it to tick over. The timer's up. He's got himself comfortable. He holds the ball aloft. This is SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald.
And up they go for Hyundai. It's one down quite easily by Fletcher. The midfield overrun it. It's picked up there beautifully by AMR, and they get the first clearance of the day. They bring it out here to the members' side. Attacking the football was Groenewegen. but he couldn't quite pick it up. Anderson picks up the footy and he's brought to ground.
You nailed Groenewegen already, mate.
Groenewegen. So umpires going to ball it up here on the members' side. Up they go. Another big fist by Jack Fletcher. That could be the order of the day. Getting after the footy was Soulos, and he was infringed. So he wins the free kick there. Gets a handball off quickly to Anderson. We know he can go. He goes on the right foot to the pocket and on the lead. Easy as you like. That was sweet, Craney. A big mark to Martin.
Beautiful kick, beautiful lead. You love to see that in footy.
Martin looks to centre it up into the corridor. They set themselves. Making good body positioning was Milner. Ball fell over the back. Milner's regained the ball. Now here's Buster Turner. Picks it up. Dances around a couple. Busts through a tackle on the outside of the right boot. Goes to the square. They fly. Ball hits the deck. Scooped up again there by, that was by their player in route. And he's brought to ground.
Buster Turner there, very disciplined, went the head of the square, but geez, you would like to have a crack at it, wouldn't you, Mac?
Craney, he looks
goal of the day already.
He looks skillful. One down there, beautifully by Tane Williams. Ball comes out the back to Soulos. He's claimed immediately. Umpire's going to ball it up.
We're looking for a Bunbury Murray service tackle of the game too, Macca, so Charlie's got his eyes all over that.
This time the Margaret River ruckman in Kittle Neal wins it down and ball comes back to him. Can't quite get a handle on it. It's stuck in the stoppage, so they're going to do it all again about 40 metres out from the HBL goal. One down by Kittle Neal. Coming through was Martin, tackled. Good tackle for Bunbury Mower service. The umpire's going to ball it up.
HBL have kept a man back too, so they've set up a bit of a wall. AMR got one more around the ball.
Oh, well sharked by HBL's Humphreys. Got it out the back to Piper. He goes long for goal and a big floater. Just first score of the days are behind Zachy Piper.
Thanks to SKG too. Get your scans done at SKG. Hopefully they won't be needed this afternoon.
Humphreys was a presence there in that contest, Alan.
They look classy. Reading balls off hands, you can't teach that.
But they're definitely up and about, aren't they, HBL? The ball's been predominantly in their 50, and we've had blokes like Miller. He's laid about 3 tackles so far for AMR. They can't get their hands on it. Ball comes out of defence. It's a good kick. Straight down the corridor, finds Wiskin. Wiskin gets it on. He puts it out in front of Spence. He's good enough. Picks it up. Tried to go the spiral, but it ends up a mongrel. It's a centre forward now to AMR. Away they go. They've gone through the middle of the ground. Not bad policy. If it turns over, it can hurt. They get the ball back. The umpire said, I think, might be incorrect disposal.
Yeah, pretty good pick up there. One end.
That was Groenewegen. What Groenewegen. He was working his Groenewegen off.
But if you're Margs, you want to take that chance, don't you? You've got nothing to lose. Move it through.
Yeah, good footy by them. So the ball comes back out here by HBL to wing. Miller gathers the football, gets it to a teammate, and that was Watson. He goes on his left. Big fist there.
That was a big
Dixon.
fist, Macca. If you're going to spoil the thing, you spoil it, and that's exactly what he did. Whack.
That was Dixon with the long sleeves. So he smashed that into the dugout. And taking a bit of time for the ball to be retrieved for cashforcans.com.au. That's recycling made easy, Craney.
Yeah, I'd take a few up there, actually. Hard to believe, Darren.
Yeah, you probably fill up a bin a bit quicker than most, Craney.
I have smaller bins.
Ball comes back into play. Fletcher, he's just full of confidence. Tries to get in front of Soulos. Soulos socks it off the ground. Not sure if it was out on the full. I don't think it was. And boundary umpire was going to bring it in for cashforcans.com.au.
Keeping an eye on the clock too, thanks to Preston Power Equipment. We're 10 minutes into the first quarter. And
the ball to be brought back into play just forward to centre wing for HBL. Really good work there by the ruckman in Kittle Neal for AMR who won it down. AMR cleared it. It's now with Spence. He can't pick it up. Still can't pick it up. HBL gather the crumb. It comes to Miller who intercepts, and he's tied up in the Bunbury Mower service tackle, and it's going to be a ball up.
Jed Spencer's been right in amongst it early for AMR, though. Yeah. That's what he needs to do.
One down by Kittle Neal. Ball taken by Wiskin.
Oh, well done.
Gets it out. Really good work. And here's Spivey, Max Spivey, mongrels it off the inside of the boot. But it works out okay. Groenewegen slips over. Ball still in possession for AMR, Watson goes
Oh,
deep, and there's a
clever
mark
mark.
in the pocket, Craney.
That is definite contender for the WA Cup. Oh, no, the CPR.
And
Outdoors mark of the day.
Byron George.
Beautiful position. He's been in good goal kicking form all season as Byron George for AMR. And that was a terrific standoff. He just held his opponent off, leaned back into the footy. Nice start.
25 metres out. Really tight angle. Right side for a right footer, Craney.
I'd back him from here. He's been in very good goal kicking form.
So in he comes.
Hush around the crowd.
He gets to about 30. Sends it on its way. It looks pretty good. Umpire has a good look at it. They have the first goal of the day, Alan.
They did, and they moved the ball well. As I said, Spence, Spivey and George, they were the three that we said needed to stand up and perform exceptionally well, and all of them got hands on the ball early, and that was a terrific mark, a great finish.
Well, the order of the day is they're applying pressure around the contest, and when they get the footy, Alan, it is definitely a directive, play through the corridor and play as fast as you can, because we don't have the height to match HBL. We want to bring our small players into it. If we can play a bit of chaos footy, which is what happened there with the kick off the inside of the boot from Spivey, we're in the game.
What you're saying is they need to put teamwork thanks to Gen X Engineering. Is that right?
Oh, Alan, I love what you did there.
Gen X Engineering teamwork, Macca.
The ball goes up for Hyundai. Game on event now on. Fletcher grabs it, just gets a toe to it. But AMR through Spence. And now Miller on the left boot. Out to this members' wing. It's getting a belting out here, and we don't mind it when it's played on the members' wing, Alan.
I prefer it immensely, actually, Darren.
And tell you what, this Groenewegen looks like he's got a bit of grunt, Craney.
Yeah, it's good to see it. As we know with AMR, they'll throw everything at it.
So, ball to come in for Cash for Cans. Right on centre wing on this members' side. Fletcher goes at it with Kittle Neal. Oh, geez, he was man-handled, Fletcher, and I'd say he's won the free kick. Kittle Neal's going to throw he's going to throw the whole kittle at him today.
Well, he's a little bit outsized, isn't he?
Yeah. So Fletcher, beautiful pass, spots up Fremantle.
Gee, you like a ruckman with good foot skills.
So Fremantle at high half forward. Just a little chip pass to the top of 50. Spots up Buster Turner.
You got him in your sights already, haven't you, Buster Turner?
It's his second disposal. Goes to the hot spot. Humphries doesn't fly. Also throw out. Lands with Spence. Spence then fires it off to Dendel. And Dendel got it out to a teammate. Looks like it was possibly Pigeon.
That was a beautiful pickup by Dendel.
Was.
Out of that back line there.
And Pigeon went down the line. And there's going to be a throw in for cashforcans.com.au. About 60 metres out from HBL goal on that far side. Kittle Neal and Fletcher. Fletcher just charging at it like a bull. Righto. Away they go. Groenewegen head over the footy again. Gets it to Spivey. Spivey dances. Tries to get back to Spence. Groenewegen charges full. Finds Spivey again. Umpire says play on. Here's Miller on the outside. Left foot. It's a bullet. Coming out is George. Drops what he should have taken. Picks it up. Recovers. Dixon right with him. Doesn't have the football. Umpire says play on. Arriving with the cavalry was Fisher. And a little kick to the pocket. Finds a teammate on the chest. They look good, Craney.
They do when they open it up and they run out of defence. Good start to them. I like the way that he did that. He just made Thomas McDonald come to that footy.
Thomas McDonald. Beautiful lead and a mark just inside the boundary line. Very tight angle. And he'll be kicking from about 35. Right side for a right footer.
Left side for a wrong footer. You've still got Jared with that. I tried to get Charlie to explain it to him, but it still got too hard.
Here he comes. Thomas McDonald goes around the corner. And it doesn't make the distance. There's a mark on the chest.
There was no AMR players on the line.
No.
Just one HBL.
So HBL defender goes out to the pocket. Fremantle and Miller. Miller's had a bit to say early. Gathers the ball off the deck. Gets it back to McDonald by hand. Again, he goes around the corner. This time in play. Oh! What a screamer. Nearly doesn't pay it. Umpire, where's your sense of theatre? As they clear the ball again. Here's Fletcher. He can't take the mark. Head over the football. AMR are having a red-hot dip here, Craney.
Well, the two real cracks at the CPL had as mark of the day, wasn't it? But just didn't hang on.
Yeah.
Gee, nearly did enough.
Did you see who it was?
Nearly did enough.
Up they go. Fletcher wins this one down. Taken in off the ruck knock by Pigeon, and then the umpires let it go. Yeah, they come. Crichton meets the ball very well for the Bulls, for the Lions, and goes back. Very good work by HBLs. They bring the ball out of defence. Soulos takes the mark, still inside D50. Soulos goes across the ground, finds Xavier Williams, takes the mark on his chest. He comes up and finds Panetta. They're going for the J play, Craney. Attacking it is Martin, but right with him is Fisher. Umpire lets it go. It's good umpiring. Well done by Soulos, who's tackled. And then even better for Bunbury Mower Service, Fisher wins a holding the ball free.
Did you mark that one down, Charlie? He's nodding his head, yes.
So Fisher. He's just on the left half forward. Goes for a little stab pass, finds Miller all on his Pat Malone. Wheels round's got a cheeky left foot, and he found George on the lead.
I don't know about cheeky left foot. He's got a very good left foot, Macca. He's been able to open the game up for AMR, hasn't he, Miller? Just running out towards this score, what do you call it? The clubhouse side. That's what we're looking for.
Righty. What I liked about Miller early is laying tackles when HBL had a lot of the footy, and now they're getting their hands on it. He's sitting out, and he's lethal on his own.
Byron George, too. He's seen how good a kick he was the first effort he had.
Another tight angle, worse than 45, and he's going to shoot from 40 on the right boot.
He sprayed that one,
Puts it to the top. They fly. Crichton takes... No, it's over the line. So it's a behind, is it? Yep, it's a behind. So Xavier Williams to bring the ball back into play.
He'll be
wearing the long sleeves on the wrong week. He needed them 2 weeks ago.
He's looking for a Western All-Pest Services best defender, and he puts himself right up amongst it.
There he goes, whack, and sends the ball right out to the centre square. Ball was taken off the pack by Wiskin. Umpires found a free kick.
That's the way to clear the fence, isn't it?
Oh, wow, that was huge. So with the football's Buster Turner, that's not a bad penetrating kick by the youngster either. Goes down the outer side. Ball gathered there by Donaldson of AMR. Comes up the wing and finds Wiskin.
Nice spot up.
Wiskin puts in a chiseler. Asks a fair bit of his teammate in McDonald. McDonald grabs it on the second bite off the deck and then gets pulled to the ground. There's another good tackle for Bunbury Mower Service.
Fair bit going on without too much going on the scoreboard, Macca.
Absolutely. It's the tempo and the contest is brilliant.
Oh.
Fletcher smashes it backwards.
Good as a kick.
And Stubbs of AMR couldn't take the footy. They fight for it on that outer side. Anderson has the football. He's stripped of it pretty quickly. Gathers it again. It's hot in the kitchen as AMR recover the footy and bring it back into the middle of the ground. We're waiting all on his own is Pigeon. Pigeon, ball chips in front and away they go. HBL, Little through the middle of the ground. Not the best kick. Coming at it and working extremely hard. His route couldn't get a handle on it. So it's gone over the boundary line in the right forward pocket for HBL. As coming through the middle of the ground was Bennett wearing the stack hat and...
Very talented young footballer is Bennett. He's got a good leap.
He went for a couple of dangles last game, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a couple of tries already this game.
So no ruckman won the throw-in for .com.au, but gathered off the deck beautifully was Pigeon. It goes over the back. George is in the van, takes on Dixon. Dixon gets him at the last minute.
Oh, bounce.
Donaldson, what's his name? George got it off his left boot. Crichton mops up deep in defence for HBL and clears the ball. It lands with Fernican. Fernican wheels around and he's got support further up the ground in Panetta. Ball cleared the contest and AMR repel again. Back at the top of their 50. Great mark. Really good work. They go inside now.
Beautiful
on the
spot
chest
up.
of George. Trying to work out who that player was. It was Donovan with the sleeves.
Mitch Miller again has drifted into that forward line and is going to have a shot for goal.
So George passed it off.
And Mitch Miller has the ball.
So he's going to kick from about, I'm trying to find, I can't even see the lines, but he'll probably kick from just inside 50, 45-degree angle. A right footer's favourite side. In he comes. Miller, been very good so far. He's a left footer. Just pops it up. Not a bad looking drop punt. They all like it. The crowd goes up and they go on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard. They go to 2-1-13. HBL 1 point. This is a turnout for the books, Craney.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour. MGIB is there. Mitch Miller has had an outstanding quarter. He's been the one that's run to space. His work rate has been outstanding. He pushes to this commentary side end to open the ground up, and even then he saw the opportunity where he just floated into that forward position, got the pass, and finished it off very well. And they're looking very good, AMR. They handled that bit of a tough start, but they're starting to get the footy on the out.
And Fletcher's winning majority of the knocks, but they're not capitalising HBL. Fletcher wins it again. Well done by Spence. Got it back to teammate there in Pigeon.
Here he is again.
And here's Miller with the football again. On his left foot, drills it out to the leading George, who trips over at a crucial time. Oh, it's quite willing there as Spivey pushed his teammate over. Also working hard there was Watson in the middle of the ground to get the ball to Miller. Starting to just pick out a few of these players are, Alan.
Yeah, new look AMR side, but they're performing very well at the moment.
They are working beautifully. Ball comes in the left forward pocket for AMR. That was Fletcher, won it down to Crichton, who just banged the ball out of there, and they're out of trouble for the time being. What's he going to say? Insufficient? No. So it's just about at the junction of 50.
Jesse Crichton had one idea then, was to get it as far away from that area as possible.
Just on the members' side, about 50 metres out from AMR goal for Cash for Cans. One down there beautifully by Kittle Knoll. Tried to get after it, couldn't. Crichton gathers the ball again, just hacks it out of there. Attacking the footy was Fernican, couldn't get a handle on it. Still working hard. Martin merges from the pack, gets it to Anderson, and he can run. Has a bounce straight away. Looks up now as he gets into the centre of the ground. Puts it out in front of Humphreys. Humphreys works. Good bag gather off the bounce. Has a player in support in Panetta. Panetta bangs it inside 50. Really good mark on the lead to Milner. Good footy by HBL.
When you've got the pace like Anderson, you can break this game open very easily, can't you, to put a fair bit of defence on, pressure on that AMR defence. And well worked by the HBL side.
But how good was Humphreys? He was moving flat out. He had Dendel right on him, probably had a fistful of jumper. One bounce gather and handball to Panetta in space.
It's called awareness, isn't it, Mac?
He's going to kick from 45 degree angle right side for a right footer. Goes off his left. And only a behind. So Milner would like to have that shot again.
Nicely worked. Good game of footy so far.
Yeah. Really nice, good game of football.
Absolutely zinging.
There's some good matchups, Craney.
They are.
Particularly through that midfield. Spence and Martin going at it.
They're Southern Lachlan security matchups, Mac.
Yeah, they are. Oh! Spence met solidly
and he's off.
And he's picked up the ball off the deck after he was belted, and he's got it out to a teammate there in his first game at Nordgaard Lee. He goes into the middle of the ground. Head over the football was Donovan, not rewarded. HBL have the footy now. They repel only as far as Leroy Anderson, who tapped it back. Now working back with the football's Donovan. Gets a kick away on his right foot as he's tackled. Umpires paid the mark there to HBL. They come down the wing. Beautiful kick and mark on the chest of Fernican. Plays on immediate. Left foot Chisler. Mark missed there by Rout. Recovers with the tackle, and umpire says holding the ball to Bunbury Mower service. So missed the mark, but won the free kick. Good work by Rout.
Also looking for a rising star thanks to Garage Stores Southwest
and
too,
that
Charlie.
Was too easy to Fernican on the lead 4 metres in front of his opponent.
Yeah, he was the one who delivered, and he just drifted into the hole.
Yeah. So Fernican. Dead in front, Craney is going to shoot from 45.
Well, plenty of skill on this young man as well.
So in he comes. Sends it from 45. It's as straight as an arrow. And that's their first sausage roll, Craney. It's about 2/3 of the way of this through this quarter for the Preston Power equipment. And they get their first.
Well, they have. They've had a few looks at it, haven't they? Used the ball pretty well. That was a little bit of a lax defence there because you let it forward. Much the same that happened to the other end, actually. the midfielder or the wingman just dodged into that open little hole, was hit up, and a nice finish by Fernigan. And yeah, it's been a very interesting game of footy so far, and as it should be. There's a fair bit riding on this result.
Tell you what,
when you look at the Southwest Football League ladder.
It's been a much better game than I thought it would be, Craney, to be honest with you. But I've got to be honest, I don't know much about this AMR side because they're all new to me. Up they go, one down by Fletcher. Soulos can't quite grab the footy, but Anderson does. Picks it up very clean. Gets it off to a running Crichton. Crichton on his left foot. Out in front of Milner, who slides into a mark on his chest. Looking for a teammate running by, and Crichton, who's run on. He's wound the clock back. Left foot into the pocket. No mark there by Rout. He gave his opponent a clip under the ear, but the umpire said, we'll throw it in the left forward pocket for HBL.
That was well worked out of the back, wasn't it?
Crichton.
Jesse Crichton following up. Back to the Fremantle days, Macca.
Craney, when you're old, if you can run straight, you can still get a little bit of pace up.
What are you saying?
It's when you have to change direction. Ball comes back in. Taken out of there by Kittle Neal for Margaret River. It's all tied up now. They can't work it away. That's Fernican in amongst it. AMR somehow get it out into space, but they close it up again. Panetta picks it up in the pocket. His kick smothered. This is good, tough, hard footy in the clinches. Humphreys has it now. Tried to break through three of them.
Gee, that was excellent pressure from both them sides.
Yep. Up they go, just inside the boundary, 25 metres out from HBL goal. Taken there was Donaldson. Umpire said he's earned a free for a high.
Ooh, that would have been a dangerous kick. He poised to come commentary side, but changed his mind probably just as well, although he handballed the ball over anyway.
Yeah, Piper takes the mark.
Good to see Zachy Piper back running around.
So he's looking at having a shot for goal. He'd be 50 out. Very tight angle. Plays on into the corridor. Very well read there by Watson. So Watson, just inside D50, took a good mark. Now he brings it out to Oldham. Oldham takes a mark on his chest. He goes high above and finds Spivey. Spivey, one bounce along that member's side. Just a lazy old chip down the wing. Donaldson on the lead. Not Donaldson, George. Beautiful mark on the chest.
Nice long lead, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's high left half forward, looking for somewhere to go. Looking in the corridor.
That's probably not the way to go.
He looked straight at the bloke he gave it to, and it was an opposition player in Soulos. Marks it centre half back. Goes further across the ground. Coming out's Milner. Good take and then plays on immediately. He's got waiting there was Piper. Took the mark. Nearly thought about giving it to Crichton. Then he goes underground inside 50. They're going to have to do the work. Away they go off the right boot. And a bit of a twinge in the hammer and tack too. I think it was Tane Williams.
He pulled up very ginger there, didn't he?
Just strained a little muscle there. And he's only kicked it behind because he pulled out of the kick almost halfway through it, Croney. Donaldson with the footy again in the back pocket. Hits it up.
I love the free-flowing footy.
Hits up a leading Wiskin. Wiskin whisks it away back to Donaldson. And Donaldson down the wing. The contest, the ball hits in front. Working very hard was HBL. They get the ball back into the middle of the ground. Miller for AMR gathers the crumb. Got it back there to Fisher. Fisher out to the wing to Spivey. Spivey's given it to Spence, who's run on for support. Spence now has to go onto the left foot, asking a bit of George. George has been really impressive, but it's HBL who repel. Picked up by Spence. Over the top to George. Geez, he's cool in a crisis. Goes back further afield to a teammate. Coming through. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. Was Hanny, and they wrap it all up.
Couldn't quite. That was a game of inches, wasn't it? Yep. AMR just needed that handball to be a little bit better, and they're running into goal. And just get the HBL defenders to stop a little bit as Jesse Crichton comes for a bit of a spell on the Harvey Norman interchange bench. And a well-deserved spell too.
So Hanny goes at it with Fletcher. Fletcher wins this one down. Ball taken there by, that was Wiskin. He's taken down in the tackle, and then it's driven out by HBL, and a very, very good mark coming out to Panetta. Comes down the wing, or tried to hit Tane Williams on the lead, couldn't mark it.
Ooh.
Gathered there by Oldham, handball was intercepted, and there's a siren there for Preston Power Equipment, Craney. And on Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, it's quarter time. AMR 2-1-13. HBL 3. No, they've got 1 goal 3. 1 goal 3-9.
Sorted that out, have we, Mac?
Yeah.
It is quarter time here at Brunswick Oval in a very fast, free-flowing game of footy, which is pretty entertaining to watch. We'll be back after break for quarter number 2. And welcome back to Brunswick Oval for SEN Spirits coverage of the Southwest Football League, where it is quarter time and AMR lead 2 goals 1-13 to HBL 1-3-9 in what was a very entertaining, free-flowing game of footy to start with. It'll be interesting to see if both these sides can keep up the pace of that. The ball was absolutely singing around there. Mitch Miller for AMR. Well, he opened the ground up a little bit. He come this clubhouse side and he just took the 45, opened it up. George was very good. Spivey very good. And it just negated a little bit of the midfield dominance of Fletcher.
And I tell you what, Croney, that hasn't AMR have worked that out from the start, because I've just been talking to our man Charlie here, and AMR have dominated the clearances, even though Fletcher's won 90% of the ruck knocks. So
I'll just go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil. Collie 1-5-11, a lead Dunsborough 1-1-7 in Adam Bignell's 300th game for the Collie Eagles. So
I love that player.
He is an absolute
star. He's a
star.
heart and soul player, and he's wonderful to watch and even better to call.
So we're looking for a best defender thanks to Western All Pest Services. Tell you what, Jesse Crichton was well up there. His run from defence, outstanding in that quarter. And a rising star thanks to Garage Store Southwest. A couple of your man Buster would have been putting his hand up for that, I think, Mac.
I like Buster Turner early. There's a lot to like about him. Got the ball deep forward, and then he was up in the half-back flank, find the footy as well, and moves the ball well, and a beautiful long kick on him, Croney, for a little fella.
Well, we're just about to start the clock thanks to Preston Power Equipment, Macca. Ball is holded off. Second quarter action for SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald.
And Kittle Neal wins this one for AMR. Coming in off the wing is Miller, who's trying to pick up where he left off in that last quarter, been extremely damaging with that lethal left foot. But he's been done for holding the ball, thanks to Bunbury Mower Service, and Templeton with the football now for HBL, right in the middle of the ground. He elects to go out to his favoured right foot. Goes long out to right half forward. A good, strong mark to Fremantle.
Mark.
Fremantle from 50. Puts in a bullet. No one can take the mark. Ball's dancing around the line. Martin picks the ball up. Brought to ground. Holding the ball for Bunbury Mower Service. Martin not happy about it.
That's good tackling, though, isn't it? He was off. If he hadn't hold on then.
Yep. So Oldham with the football. Oh, runs it out of defence. It's just sitting outside 50 for the Lions. Miller and Sulos went at it. Crichton wins the football. Back to Templeton. Templeton snaps it on his right boot. Waiting underneath it. Good, strong mark was Watson. He was pretty good in that first quarter too. Finds Spivey. Spivey right at the top of D50. Tries to come into the middle of the ground. Spivey, courageous. Really good work. Mark over his head. Now puts it out in front of a teammate and tells him to go. Picked up there, that was by Bridgeland.
Oh.
Got a handball.
Don't know how he got out of there, but he did.
And then found the ball again. Did Bridgeland. Big fly there from Bennett. Coming now is George, the man who's got two. Picks it up. Gives a handball off to a teammate. Just in the corridor. Bullet. No mark taken. And now there's Anderson using his pace to break away from the contest in defence. And there's Fremantle at the top of D50. Takes a mark. Further out the wing. Coming at it pretty hard was Turner. Couldn't take the mark.
Oh, that's a big tackle.
Big tackle for Bunbury. Bunbury Mower Service.
Big going on
And he
over
gets
there
up
too.
smiling, Buster Turner. He just loves it. He loved it. He was the man who was brought down heavily, and he just got up with a the biggest smile you could ever see, Craney.
Welcome to league footy, young man.
Yep. And he embraced it. Templeton now lays the tackles. Spence has the football. Goes to centre half forward. Good lead and mark to Hanny. He goes long on his big left foot. There's a lot of left footers there today. Comes to the front of the pack. Snap on goal by AMR. No one can take the mark. It's gathered, brought out of defence by Briers. Over to the pocket looking for Bennett. He's taken out of it. Ball comes back. Working extremely hard. There is Wiskin.
Oh, that would have been a definite contender for our goal of the WA Carver Supermarket goal of the day, but he just missed. A bit narrow, Mac.
So Xavier Williams to bring the ball back into play. Coming at it is Milner. Good safe mark on the chest. 55 out from defensive goal. Goes on his left foot. Goes further down this member's wing. That was coming at it. Was Rout. Couldn't mark. Donaldson for AMR mops it out of the back. And Rout gets a fist in and routs it over the line. So
the gentleman was just about to pick it up. He goes, nah. I'm heading to the canteen.
Well, it couldn't bend over.
I'm getting to the canteen.
So right here on centre wing, there's going to be a throw-in for cashforcans.com. In they come. Big win down by Fletcher. Straight through the hands of Anderson, and then Spence's kick, not the best, and clearing the ball out of defence was Piper. So now they're at it. Coming is Rout. And he sees the ball over the line again. Cashforcans.com are going to be loving him.
Yeah, well, it just wouldn't set up for their Joe Red. He would have been off then, but it just bounced the wrong way, as footies normally do, Mac.
Yeah, they do. We're always in the contest, I was taught, because of the shape of the ball in our game.
That's what makes our game so special.
So away they go. Fletcher takes it out of the ruck. Big handball over the back to Soulos. Soulos's handball doesn't come off. Picked up now with Anderson.
I like the chances there.
Does a little shimmy and then has a bounce. Has a flying shot on goal from 45 on the right foot. And it's as straight as an arrow. Welcome back, Ty Anderson.
WA Carpet Supermarket chance for goal of the day. As soon as he found a little bit of spot, Ty Anderson, he just put the afterburners on. And once he just turned and straightened up, there was no doubting that. I like the fact the players, even though he's got enormous speed, he just takes the time just to stop and battle and put it through.
HBL regain the lead by 1 point on the Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard, Craney.
Absolutely, Macca, and that's it was a nice finish, wasn't it, by a footballer. But it just opens up this game. It's a nice open game of footy.
Good game of footy, but there is still a lot of pressure.
Oh, there's pressure, but they're just using the whole ground, and that's what you need to do.
So the ball's going to go up for Hyundai. Game on event now on. One down by Kittle Nile, who's found a leg. Picked up by Soulos.
He's found the leg.
Yeah. And on the right, Booty mongrels one forward. Martin pushes it out in front of himself.
SKG radiology.
Picks it up really well. Went to go on the outside of the right foot. Just couldn't bring it back enough. And it's missed to the near side.
Should we find SKG radiology if he's found a leg?
Martin kicked it behind and they stretched their lead by 2 points. Ball comes back into play from AMR. It's at centre half back. Diving at the footy was Kittle Nile. Takes a mark.
Players are prepared to take the game on.
And they're handballing it on quickly, which is good to the runner going by. Setting it off after it is Bridgeland. He nearly had the football, but he was brought down by a beautiful Bunbury mower service tackled by Templeton. And they have the football. HBL. Coming back, finds Bajetta.
100 games too for Geordie.
Yep, he goes right back in the corridor to Crichton. Crichton to Soulos. Soulos trying to find Anderson, who died for it, scooped it off, but umpire said bum ball. So just forward to centre for AMR. It's going to be balled up.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour. MGIB is there.
Fletcher takes it out of the stoppage for Hyundai. Gathered there beautifully by AMR's Leroy Anderson. He handballed it back to a teammate, and they're on. Working extremely hard to try and win the football was Carroll. Gets it out, not clean though, laying on it his stubs. Umpire's going to ball it up.
Just right in front of us,
right in front of us, which is at about half forward for the AMR side. Right half forward. Up they go. Fletcher gets a little backhanded to Bajetta. He forces the ball forward. He had Wiskin for company. Ball's still in dispute. No one can gather it as it's being pushed towards the corridor, so they're still going to ball it up at right half forward for AMR. Fletcher, big double-handed slap, only as far as Miller. Miller snaps it on his favoured left. Gets to the top of 50, trickles in. Crichton
nice
waited. Well done by George on the right foot. Coming out on the lead. No mark. Oh, that was George on the lead. No mark. Picked up beautifully by AMR. They still fight it out. Very good work by Bridgeland. Got it to a teammate who's been brought to ground. The umpire's going to ball it up right forward pocket for AMR.
Surprisingly low scoring for the pace the ball is whizzing up and down.
It's just zinging between these two half-back lines.
Just can't get it through the big sticks.
Yeah. So up they go. Fletcher and Spence of all matchups trying to plough through with Spivey. They still try to work it out on the boundary line.
The ball tumbles over right in that forward pocket there, Macca.
Yeah.
I'll take over for a little bit here, if you like. Your vision, a bit going on in the corner there. Boys getting to know each other as the boundary umpire takes control of the situation.
Just inside 50 for AMR in the right pocket. Oh, here he comes. He's bringing it back into
there
my
you go.
vision.
You can see now, Mac.
So here they go. There's been a change in the ruck. Ball comes down to Spence. Big up and under. They fly. No one can take it. Whiskin.
Beautiful
Sharp handball to Spivey. Spivey measures up outside of the right boot and he snuck it through. Crichton was desperate, but Spivey, very clever goal. He was almost running like a crab sideways, Craney, to get onto the outside of the right boot.
A definite chance for our WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day. Nice little handball coming there. We talk about clean ball handling, and that's the key to everything. Easier said than done, but that's exactly what Spivey had there. Weighed up the situation, absolutely superb. A nice dive on the goal line by Crichton to try and stop it, but it already crossed the line. And AMR, well, they hit the front again, Mac.
Yeah, they do. And Jesse Crichton's been leading the way for his side today, the
He's
skipper.
He's pushing very hard for that Grade South, the Western All Pass Services defender.
Yeah. But, geez, that was a bit of sharp work in the clinches there by AMR in that forward pocket to capitalise on that foray forward.
Those four we mentioned
not easy.
Before the game, Spence, Spivey, George and Millard has stand up. They are definitely doing that for AMR.
So up they go. Kid O'Neill wins again. So he's starting to halve that contest up. But coming through is Anderson. Has a bounce. Wheels back around, turns, has another bounce. Zig and zag on his left foot. Puts it up to centre half forward. Really good mark out there in front to Tane Williams. He goes into the corridor and a beautiful lead. And mark goes to Rout. That was just good footy then by Rout to be on the lead. And Tane Williams is kicking the corridor.
Been a very good pickup as Jai Rout for the HBL side this season. He's very strong around the hips.
I reckon he shoots from about 55 here, Craney. Almost dead in front. Goes around trying to get a bit of extra distance. They fly, and I think it's just a behind off hands.
Harvey Norman interchange bench getting a bit of use right in front of us.
So
And they're going to need that too because this game's been played at a pretty good pace.
Fisher with the football brings it out for AMR. A really good fly. Couldn't quite grab it was Leroy Anderson. He has the footy again now. Looking for someone to give it to. No one wants it. So he kicks it. It gets smothered. Ty Anderson of HBL has the football. Brings the ball back to a teammate there in Ward. He goes into the corridor. Martin picks it up off the bounce. Trying to shake his opponent in Miller. Does so. Then goes out wide. Finds that teammate in Bennett. Bennett goes forward. It was Panetta, actually. And away they go. They work it. Martin's on the floor at about 60 out and wins a free kick for a high tackle.
I was just watching a bit of shenanigans going on in front of us, actually, Mac, while the ball was on the other side.
So Martin goes to the top of the square. They fly. Fletcher couldn't take the mark. Working extremely hard was Donovan for AMR. Ball spills out the back. Snacked by Buster Turner.
Oh,
he's got his first point in league football.
First point in league. I tell you what, he's got a bit of nous, though, hasn't he?
Oh, he's clever.
You just watch where he goes to go and get the footy.
And he's lively.
And he's got a great name.
Oh, to be young again. Oh, they bounce around the youngsters. Plenty of excitement when they play the first game of footy, league footy, and it's just like you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Biggest thing I said to him before the game, just enjoy the moment.
So Donaldson for AMR puts in a short pass straight up the corridor to Dendel. Took a mark on his chest, still inside D50. Umpire says play on, so that he does, and Milner came out, couldn't take the mark. Ball's in dispute. It's right at the top of D50 for AMR, and the umpires found a free kick too high, was it? So Humphreys doesn't agree with that, but Donaldson will have the free kick. Quinn Donaldson comes down the members' side. Anderson chipped in, then gathered off the deck by Spence. Keeps bringing the ball forward. Oh, coming in was Kittle Nile with the intercept. Gets it to the teammate and Donovan.
Tackle.
Donovan gets a handball away, but to no one in particular. Both sides really want the football. Anderson, slick handball to Crichton. Crichton goes back to Bajetta. Bajetta snaps it forward. Humphreys takes on 3 of them. And the umpire's going to ball this up. Humphreys not happy.
How do you like the pressure in that, though? That was absolutely brilliant. As Casper Donovan, a bit slow to get up, put his boot back on.
60 out from HBL goal. 1 down by Fletcher with the fist. And the umpire's found a free kick, saying a push in the back, going there to Tane Williams. Oh, now there's a little bit of how you going.
Yeah, there's a bit getting into the game, isn't there?
Well, the game's been played at such a high pace and pressure, there's bound to erupt at some point, Alan. Williams tried to pick out a teammate on, but a beautiful intercept there to Fisher. Fisher comes across to the back pocket. He's found Stubbs. Stubbs doesn't see anything he likes, so goes LDL, long down the line, down his... Oh! Bennett! What an absolute screamer for CPR Outdoors Mark of the Year!
He has
Oh, my God, Craney!
He has been threatening to do that for a long, long time, Macca, and
he's got air
up
sickness.
in
He can't get up off the deck.
Wow.
Oh, well, he doesn't even know which way he's facing.
Oh, that was huge.
Handballs it back to Soulos. Where's the replay? Soulos goes back by foot to Bryers. Bryers goes long to centre half forward, and he finds a teammate as Bennett gets the applause as he comes off the ground to gather himself. Panetta goes to the forward pocket, intercepted by Fisher. That was incredible. We need to go back to it. Fisher still working hard, pushes it out of play, and there'll be a ball into the forward pocket for cashforcans.com.au for HBL.
That'll be on the highlights reel, wasn't it? It's going to take a good mark to beat that for CPR Outdoors Centre. Wow, what an absolute beauty.
That was incredible.
How was the applause when he come off the ground?
Oh, that was unbelievable. He was up there for a fortnight. Oh, that was something else.
He's been threatening. We've said it for a while. He'll take mark.
Fletcher disposes of his man, grabs the ball out of the ruck, snaps it forward, but I think it may have gone out on the full.
What a place to do it, right in front of the members too.
Oh, right in front of the dugout. Right in front of the soup kitchen, Craney. It was bloody magnificent.
Just about seeing the smile on Johnny Bajetta's face there.
Johnny, you're allowed to smile, mate. No, nothing can break the concentration of the man.
Wow, that was outstanding.
I'm sure he is smiling as he's hearing us talk to him. So, Donaldson with the football brings it back into play. Misses his opponent. Humphreys, great gather off the deck. Finds a teammate who goes in forward. And the ball's still in dispute at the top of 50 for HBL. They look at the umpire. The umpire is going to ball it up. So Fennerkane with the football, gives it back to the umpire. Top of D50 for HBL, dead in front. Players come to the contest. 1 down by Fletcher, tries to clear the area. Ball still in dispute. No one can pick it up. Trying to pick it up and work it out there was Milner, but he can't break it away. So they're going to do it all again for Hyundai Craney. Game event now on. Up they go. 1 down by Hanny this time. He then chases up and lays a big tackle. Umpire says holding the ball for Bunbury Mower service. And that was Martin. He's had that a couple of times today.
The tackling's been superb.
Yeah.
Both coaches would be absolutely wrapped with that. That's what you want, the pressure game.
So Hanny on his left foot goes wide out to the members side and found Oldham. Oldham goes a big high kick up to the wing. Spivey can't mark. He had Bryers for company. Ball's still on the deck. Bryers tries to dig it out. They're working hard. Wiskin's had a little bit of the footy.
Let's just go around the grounds for Geograph Civil up at Collie. Collie 2-6-18 lead Dunsborough 1-4-10.
So Fletcher's just smashed it out to Martin. Martin, it goes off the side of his right boot. Panetta's good enough to gather it. He's got plenty of time. Goes inside 50 now to that pocket and on the lead. Beautiful mark on the chest was Milner.
And at Payne Park, Charlie will be happy. No, well, not so good at Payne Park for you, Charlie. 2 goals straight, Bunbury to 1-1-7, the Harvey Bulls. So not much in it.
So 45-degree angle, right side for a left footer. He's going to shoot from about 40. In he comes, Milner. Let's go on his left from 40. Straight as an arrow, Craney. And Milner has kicked his first.
Yeah, it was a nice build-up, wasn't it? And that's just what the ball... We've been absolutely spoilt by the skill level where they're hitting targets, the pressure has been used. We've seen some marks, and that was a quality goal by Milner. Missed one down early in that first quarter, made no mistake with that. Popped it straight through the middle, he did.
And there's been another lead change on our Harvey Norman electrical scoreboard, and it's HBL 3-6-24, AMR 3-2-20. 4 points in it here at the Brunswick Showgrounds. Alan?
Yeah, it leads ebbed and flowed a bit, hasn't it?
It's a great game of footy.
It's just been a bit less goals than what it looks like when you're sitting here watching it. The flow of the ball seems like it should be a bit more on it, but I suppose the pressure adds to that.
Kid O'Neill goes into the ruck. This time he was rucking against Tane Williams, who's giving Fletcher a bit of a chop out. Spence moves the ball forward for AMR. Pushed at the contest was Donovan. No free kick. Crichton has the football. Gave it back to Hewer. Hewer out to that far side, looking for a teammate. Can't quite find Panetta, who's sprung to life a bit this quarter. Panetta and trickles over the line in front of him on that far wing. It's going to get brought back in for cashforcans.com.au, recycling made easy.
Gee, you'll be looking for half-time yourself, Macca. It's pretty fluent.
It's good. I like it.
It's a little bit different to the last 2 weeks ago when we were here.
Kittle Nile got it down to Spivey. Spivey fed it back to Spence, and Spence goes whack to centre half forward. No one can gather the football except for Ty Anderson. So clean from the contest. Gave a handball sort of underground. Now they have the footy back. Throwing the ball back over his head was McDonald for AMR. Now firing into the pocket off a pass was Stubbs trying to find George. Comes back
tackling
to him, and Bunbury Mower service tackle leading the way. Umpire's going to bull it up as Stubbs get up after that.
Stubbs had a couple of
tackle.
decisions to make that. He thought about having a ping for home, decided to lower his eyes, didn't quite come off.
One down by George. No one can pick it up, and they're going to throw it up. About 40 metres out from AMR goal, and they'd dearly love one here. Xavier Williams manhandled in the contest, and he wins a free kick, the big defender. Gets a handball around to Crichton, who's just been getting knocked up, getting kicks in that back pocket. His kick unable to be marked. Bajetta got the ball away beautifully to Anderson. Anderson fires back to Martin. Just dances around Stubbs and then goes long down the line.
Oh, strong
Good mark there to Rout. He's a real factor at centre half forward.
He's been a great find.
Goes long looking for Humphreys. He set himself, couldn't take the mark. Ferner Kane at the foot of the pack. Tackled by Spivey immediately thanks to that Bunbury Mower service. Craney, there'll be a ball up at centre half forward for the Lions.
I'll tell you what, Charlie's going to have a big decision at the end of this for the amount of tackles for Bunbury Mower service. It's been massive.
I think
the marker, the CPR outdoor centre marker that is, Day's going to take a bit of stopping though.
Oldham really good off the knock from Kittle Nile. Got through a couple and then smashed it forward, but taking the mark there was Dixon on his chest. Goes into the corridor, finds Soulos. Soulos goes to the far wing where he had a teammate there in Ward. Ward goes then out to Hewer further on the wing, and then Fremantle on the chest at high half forward. Too far out at score, about 70 out. He goes looking deep into the pocket. Really
good
strong mark to Milner.
Very good mark that. Had defenders all around him, just put the two dukes up and clamped at Mac.
He's not a bad player, Craney.
No, he's a very good player. Don't worry about that, Mac.
So he's on a very tight angle. You'd say no daylight, and he's going to shoot from about 25 metres out. Right side for you say it, Craney.
Right side for a left footer, isn't it, Mac?
That's it. So in he comes. Goes off that favoured left. It's a bit of a flower bag, but I think it's straight. Yes, it is, and he's got his second. HBL extend their lead by 6 points. It's now 4-6-30 to AMR 3-2-20 on the Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard.
That was just out and out good footy all up by HBL. Good ahead of the target, good spot up. A terrific mark. He just stood firm in that pack. Didn't have a run up, just put his hands up, clamped the mark, went back and whacked it through. And after AMR had a little bit of a chance down here, HBL turned it around very quickly.
Still,
we must be close to half time. On the how's the Preston
Power Equipment
clock looking, Charlie? Yeah, we're getting close to half time.
And Crichton's still looking good for that best defender, Craney, for Western All Pest Services. And Buster Turner still continues to impress for Garage Doors Southwest Rising Star.
I think you got him penciled in, mate. You just like the Buster Turner.
Spence got the handball out of the middle of the ground, but it's still tied up in there, and they're going to do it all again for Hyundai. Game event. What is it called? It's the game event has kicked off. It's now on.
Don't know where'd you get that from.
Just forward to centre. One down by Fletcher, picked up by Crichton. Tried to get it back to Hewer. Eventually it comes to him. Some mongrels one forward off the right. Milner can't grab it. Coming back was Fisher. He got it then to Stubbs of AMR, and he drives it long. And the umpire
I was going to say that's a very clever mark.
A little bit illegal. The umpire said, and Ward got a free kick. Handballs back to Crichton, goes across to Hewer. So they go down the corridor and all on his Pat Malone. There was Fremantle, took the mark and played on the lead Milner. Goodness me, he is really coming to life. He's going for his third goal in a row.
He's become a real headache down there for AMR. He's tall, he's got good skills, and you'd almost back him in. I know he's got to cover a fair bit of distance.
No, Croney.
He'll be kicking.
I think he's dead in front, and he'll be kicking from inside 50.
So you confident?
Well, he did kick a flower bag before, so let's see. Maybe having to kick a bit longer, he'll kick through. And he comes. Gets to about 48. That's a good-looking drop punt on his beautiful
Never
left
in
foot.
doubt, was it, Macca?
Far out, Russell Sprout. That is actually a contender, Craney, for the WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day.
Yeah, 3 goals for Milner so far this afternoon. When the ball comes down there like that, very rarely you can do as a defender. Coming down nicely, but he still had to find his space. You still got to take the mark, and you still got to kick it as Jesse Crichton has a little bit of a spell on the Harvey Norman interchange bench. And just AMR just got to be a little bit careful here.
Craney, he's starting to cash in for cashforcans.com.au. I'll tell you what.
Thanks to SKG too. Get your scans at SKG.
We're back into the middle of the ground for Hyundai, and HBL are just starting to...
It's a little bit of a danger period here for AMR.
To get a bit of a stranglehold on it.
Bit of a sprinkle going across the
One down by Kittle Nile again. Sulos can't pick it up. Oh, he's met pretty solidly as they skill out of it. Spivey got it out to Watson. Watson puts a spiral inside 50. A very good mark there. Going back was Ward. He's found a teammate in Williams in the pocket. That's Xavier. He drives it long down that far wing. Fremantle can't take the mark, but the cavalry arrives and they pick it up and they go forward by Briers. To centre half forward they go, and the AMR defender was pushed out of it and has won the free kick.
The Lions are starting to run in numbers, though.
That's Currell.
Getting numbers around the footy.
Currell, short pass, out to the halfback flank, finds Donaldson. Donaldson brings it back in, but that kick's cut off. And that was Rout. Rout goes to centre half forward. We're standing all on his own. He's Buster Turner right at the top of 50, dead in front. What's the young little star going to do? He elects to go to the top of the square. Good disciplined footy. 1-on-1. No one could mark it. Martin was there trying to grab the ball. Was Dendel but couldn't seize it over the line in that right forward pocket. So it'll be a throw in for cashforcans.com.
Young Buster will be quite happy with his first half of league footy, I think, Macca.
It's a 6. Yeah, I totally agree. Everyone in the club would be. And it's 16-point lead on the Harvey Norman Electrical Bunbury scoreboard here in favour of HBL. Ball comes back into play for Cash for Cans. Big smack by Jack Fletcher. Got it down to only as far as Nordgaard Lee of AMR, and now the ball's in dispute. Tackles being laid to left, right and centre. Still Craney. They're going to have to change the blades on the mowers for Bunbury Mower Service.
I don't envy Charlie's job of picking the tackle of the day. We assigned him that job back.
So it's going up for Hyundai. We assigned him that job. Kittle Neal wins the ball out. Oh, and taken high, it was Dendel. And there
that is
a siren for Preston Power Equipment, Craney.
That is half-time here at Brunswick Oval. HBL 5-6-36. They lead AMR 3 goals, 2-20, and you just got a feeling that HBL were just starting to get a little bit of a new level on there. Yes. So it'll be interesting to see what Blake Anderson, the AMR coach, has to say to his charges at half-time.
Bennett's he's still struggling to work out what day of the week it is.
Yeah, that was a magic mark, wasn't it?
Well, I think he knocked himself out. We're
going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back for a half-time Hollow Beach Bar and Grill half-time chat. Welcome back to a Brunswick Oval, where HBL have the lead 5-6-36 to AMR 3 goals, 2-20 in what was a very entertaining first half of footy. This is the Hollow Beach Bar half-time chat. I was there the other day too, Mac, I believe it or not.
Half your luck.
It's lovely to sit and have a meal there and overlook the ocean. Yeah. But we have a very hot game on our hands at the moment. The run and sort of the play-on attitude of both these sides is making it very good. I'm surprised that the goal scoring is relatively low because the ball movement is quick. Yeah,
they're turning it over in the forward line and bringing it out. But you're right, Alan, just that run and stun by both sides, prepare to bring it through the corridor by both sides, and the tackling pressure has made it a very, very entertaining game. Both sides going for their marks as well, and there's been some good.
We seemed probably close to the mark of the year, didn't we?
Mark of the next 5, but but there's been good quality aerial skills by both sides.
Credit to Mitch Miller was outstanding in that first quarter.
He was.
HBL took him out of the game a little bit in that second quarter, so he needed to regroup and go down. But gee, his first quarter. Yeah, outstanding.
Oh, he really was the fire starter for AMR when once they settled it, and he got that ball on the outside. He laid the tackles early, but then got the ball on the outside and used his lethal left foot to great effect. He did not miss a target and gave numerous opportunities for the AMR forwards, in particular George, to have shots on goal.
Now, Macca, it is a little bit chilly this time of year.
It's
so
cold, all right.
Giovanetti's Firewood Bunbury fend off the cold with Giovanetti Firewood. Who's running hot at halftime, Macca? We mentioned Miller, but Jed Spence had a lot of the footy.
Yes.
Jesse Crichton's been pretty good down back. Fletcher's been good. Who's the man that you think's running hot for Giovanetti Firewood?
At halftime, I'm going to say Xavier Milner. He came out with 3 goals in a row in that in the back half of that second quarter, and he was kicking them from tight angles where there was no daylight, and then he banged them in from 50 from long range. He really started to make a statement, I felt, in the back half of that quarter. So he's burning things up for Giovanetti Firewood.
Has it surprised you just the pace of this game? Like players are just playing on, they're looking, they're running from behind. Did that surprise you when you were driving here today? Yeah,
I feel like we're back here in late August, early September, the way players are moving across the ground, and we've had that much rain, and your footy can get very heavy in July, but they are playing like it's the beginning of the year or at the end of it. They're right on top of the ground, both sides. It's a pleasure to watch. It's a real pleasure to watch.
You're absolutely correct there. This is the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. We're going to be back after the break for the second half of the game between HBL and AMR, where it is half-time and HBL 5 goals, 6-36. They lead AMR 3 goals to 20 in what has been a very good game of footy. This is the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill half-time chat, and Mac has just had to go and get a little bit of food. He's starving.
Oh, not really hungry, Craney, but these country footy canteens, they are my weakness.
You're big on the soup, weren't you?
Oh, I love the soup. Brunswick and Donnybrook really do wonderful batches of soup, so I'm just backing up. I'm going to give their hamburger a go. It says it's an award-winning hamburger here at the Brunswick show, so I'm going to give it a go.
Well, there you go. Now, injury reports, thanks to SKG Radiology, get the right results every time. Well, the young fella got airsick. I think that's the only injury report from that, because that was an absolute ripper. There's no other word for that. He looked a bit stunned when he come down.
He must have come down and hit his head, and then he went back the other way. So I hope he's not concussed, but he didn't come back onto the ground, Crane, and he looked a little bit when he got up at half time there to go out to meet his teammates. He didn't look like he was moving all that well, to be honest.
AMR back out on the field as we go for Macca's favourite thing of the broadcast. The big moments for Buckingham, the Butchers inside the Bunbury Plaza. They're the place to go for award-winning sausages and a nice steak. Who's your Buckingham the Butchers big moment, Macca?
Buckingham the Butchers bucking big moment. Now, it's hard to go past that screamer, but I don't know that actually changed the game, but it was a massive moment. It was huge. But I think probably the big moment has been that Tyson Anderson got into that game in the second quarter and gathered a fair bit of the football inside, and with his pace was able to go out, and that released others, and that helped HBL to be able to have a few more scoring opportunities, hence them being 16 points in front.
And the Gen X Engineering Fitters and Welders email recruitment at Gen X Engineering. Teamwork play of the first half. It's got to be HBL when they run down the side and ended up with the kick to Milner, I think, and he finished off with a lovely goal.
That big long goal.
Yeah, I just got the feeling, though, just before half-time there that HBL was starting to lift and push to a new level. So it'll be interesting to see how AMR come out and approach this second half. They were brilliant in the first half with their pressure, the relentless, but HBL was starting to get numbers around the contest and starting to find a little bit of open space.
It's certainly, with AMR, it was all about their midfield, and they were able to match with pressure, they were able to match with possession, they were able to match with quality ball use, and I think HBL were a little bit stunned by that. But in that second quarter, I think maybe Panetta might have gone on to Miller and he nullified him. And Tyson Anderson, who had a quieter first quarter, really came to life in the second. So, and I feel like the AMR midfielders, mate, have got a bit tired. Spence was getting a lot of dirty ball forward, whereas before he was able to be clear, so use the ball better going forward, so it didn't come in as clean. And as they got tired, then HBL were able to just press into their forward line and get more shots on goal. So that's what I saw, Alan. I'm not sure if you saw it that way.
I did, and the good news is that Luke Bennett is back out on the field. Umpire holds the ball aloft. This is SEN Spirit. Three-quarter quarter action, ready to go. Darren McDonald.
And Fletcher beats Kittle Nile, and Anderson picks up where he left off in the second. Two bounces out of the middle of the ground. A big long shot from 50. Oh, just touched on the line by Donaldson.
What a start.
Ty Anderson must have heard us saying that he'd been a bit quiet lately, Craney, and he's just bang. So Donaldson brings the ball back into play, and Anderson intercepts. He's 55 out, spears into the corridor, Soulos. So
what an electric start by the Lions.
Wow-wee. You did say they were starting to build. Now Soulos plays on his right foot from 45. Goes to the square, they fly. Ball comes to the front of the pack. It's picked up there by, that's Currell. Ball still in dispute, and umpire's going to ball it up. So Currell got it away to the forward pocket, and there will be a ball up just in that right forward pocket for the Lions.
Gee, I tell you what, AMR, just be a little bit careful here.
One down by Kittle Nile for Hyundai. Spence got the handball to Miller on his left boot. Drives it up outside of defence. They fly. That was Anderson. He wants everything at the moment. Picked up by Gronenwegen. He gives it to Spence, and he mongrels it down the wing again. Out they come, working hard, Xavier Williams. He did that exceptionally well, the big defender. Got it to a teammate in Bryers. Bryers goes to Crichton. Crichton back to Xavier Williams. He gives it out to big Jack Fletcher, and he goes whack to centre forward. Humphreys can't mark. Fremantle's there, but working overtime for AMR is Dendel. He keeps the ball out in front. The defender does exceptionally well, beats the 2-on-1 and gets it over the line.
Gee, Dendel did very well there. He was under enormous pressure, was Dendel, but he managed to get it across the line.
Help yourself to those golden fries, Craney. They're beautiful.
I better wait till we get off air.
Ball comes back into play for cashforcans.com. Fletcher takes it out of the ruck. They are absolutely inspired. Anderson, one bounce through the corridor on that chest to, I think it's Rout.
Talk about Gen X Engineering teamwork. The last bit of teamwork by HBL, outstanding. And Anderson,
It's
who
Williams.
said he's been quiet, Macca? He just had 5 possessions in the first 2
no.
minutes.
He's absolutely on. He's burning up Giovanetti's firewood. That's what he's doing. Anyway, 45-degree angle right side for a left footer. Tane Williams on his right boot. Sends it high, sends it long. Don't think it's got enough petrol in the tank, and it's fisted over the line by Kittle Nile.
The good thing by AMR is they're not putting goals on the board. They need to stem the ship here a little bit to the AMR crew.
Yeah, because if they start to capitalise, could be all over very soon as Donaldson brings the ball back into the play. See Stubbs over there. Is it Stubbs? No, it's not Stubbs. It was, I think it might have been, I don't know who that is, Craney over in the back
AMR
pocket.
player, Macca?
Yeah, a defender. Now Stubbs has the football and just tumbles it forward for AMR, and it's still on their half-back flank. Fremantle has it, snaps it on his right foot. Humphreys got his man out of the way and took a good, strong mark on the chest.
Yet will get to kick one this afternoon is Jared Humphreys.
So 45-degree angle, right side for a right footer. Will kick it from just inside the paint.
There wasn't too much of the inside 50, 17-14 HBL's favour in the first half. But this half has been all HBL.
So in he comes, Jared Humphreys. Goes off his right boot. It's a thumping kick. Oh, and it's hit the woodwork. They all flew, but it hit the woodwork. So 1 point to Humphreys. They're definitely up and about, aren't they, HBL?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that AMR sort of been a little bit lucky here. They need to sort of clear this area. It's not going to happen, though. So
that was Piper, tapped it back. Anderson has got it again on his left foot into the corridor, had a plethora of options. He's found Templeton. Templeton goes into the corridor even further, and coming out is Tane Williams on the lead, showing no ill effects of that strained little hip muscle he was sort of complaining out. Goes long. Donaldson takes a mark on his own. He's
been good down there, Donaldson.
Yeah, he's got plenty of it. He's pressing for that Rising Defender Award, Craney, for Western All Pet Services. Spence has the ball in the back pocket. Goes to Donaldson. Or we're going to call him All Pest. And then it comes to Watson. Watson back to Spence, who's run on. Spence goes through the middle of the ground. No one there except for Spivey. He takes the ball well, then gives himself space, wheels around, looks for George on the lead, comes out, does pretty well, picks it up very skillfully, burns off Williams, sizes up the big ones. Oh, he's hit the post.
Gee,
that was class.
That come out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah.
HBL had all the footy, and you've got to be very careful. When you got all the footy, you sort of drift into that a different little zone. AMR got it out the back and hit the post, did AMR.
They bring it back into play to the Lions. Sitting there, waiting over the back is Rout. He's been good today. Comes back in, and there's Sulos on the move. Took the mark, played on. Chips it to centre half forward. Humphreys out on the lead. Turns around immediately. Puts in a bullet.
Gen X Engineering Teamwork Player of the Day. That was outstanding by HBL. From back to front, in the blink of an eye, straight through the midfield, and ends up with a shot for goal. Absolutely superb.
So it's Martin with the football, courtesy of that Jared Humphreys missile. And he's going to shoot from almost dead in front from about 48, I'd imagine, Craney.
I reckon you're right there, Mac.
In he comes. Twirling the footy. Gets inside 50, 48 it is. Long drop punt. And the inaccuracy. 5-10-40. AMR 3-3-21 on the... Who? Hang on. Oh, dearie me. They brought the ball back into play. Good mark there to Fisher. Oh, it's the Harvey Norman Bunbury electrical scoreboard that I was trying to get out. Spivey has the ball, 55 out from defensive goal. Miller, he's out here in front of the dugout. Then puts in a short pass to find that good little player in Leroy Anderson. He goes long. Down the line they fly. No one can take the mark. It's tangled up here in the half-forward flank. Umpire tries to let it go as Bridgeland was trying to battle it out there with Briars.
And the ground bathed in sunshine, Macca.
First bit of sun it would have seen for about a month, I reckon. Up they go. One down by Hanny. Picked up by Spence. Spence to the pocket.
Clever.
George. Double grabber.
Gee, Spencer's been good today. He's got a lot of the footy.
He has. And that's what we were seeing in the first quarter. Him coming out of the pack and being able to use the ball on the burst. The back of the second quarter was a lot of hacking out of the contest and wasn't as effective. But this man here, he's lining up for his second goal. No daylight to speak of.
Coral coming off for a bit of a spell on the Harvey Norman interchange bench for AMR.
Shoot from 45, right side for a right footer. Byron George. Let's go off that right boot. Ball does a little bit in the air, but misses to that near side again. Jeez, he's kicked 1 goal too, no Craney.
I'll tell you what, Jesse Crichton didn't take long before he brought that ball back into play.
Milner fights for it out there on that half-back flank. He's got a couple to beat, then lays a beautiful tackle for Bunbury Mower All Pest Services, and the umpire's going to throw it up for Hyundai.
He's going to check the gap between them big posts, Macca. They're having a bit of trouble getting them through it.
I'll have to put my prescription sunglasses on as Wiskin grabs a football out of the pack and spirals it into the pocket. Coming out and meeting it was Dixon.
Must have been touched
I
off the
thought
boot.
he marked that, but the umpire's going to ball it up in that right forward pocket for AMR. Up they go. About 10 minutes gone on the Preston Power Equipment clock. They still try to sort it out there. Crichton has the ball in the back pocket. Chips it up and finds Fernican. Fernican gives it off to the running Soulos. Soulos goes long down the corridor. Good marker route. He's an impressive player. Then he goes bang on the right boot. Humphreys easily got his opponent out of the way and took a good mark. Late to arrive, Humphreys. Wasn't the best kick for him, but just he made it look like it was.
You cannot buy experience as he pops the ball over the top. Bit of lack of defensive
and
unit.
Who's got it, Granny?
Buster will take the shot for his first goal in league footy. Macca?
Yep, he'll be straight in front and shoot from about 35 metres.
Well done, Jared Humphreys. Probably could have kicked the goal himself. Seen the young man by himself and decided to give his career a bit of a boost.
Give the first gamer, bring him into it.
I bet
there's a bit of a silence gone.
Look, I think a few of the members sitting there hoping this one goes through.
So in he comes. Buster Turner. Dead in front. Gets to 40. Umpire does a bit of work, but he's done enough to sneak it in, and there's his first goal in league footy, Craney. Well done to the young man.
Yeah, look, he seems to be very calm and cool, doesn't he? Getting into the right spot. Definitely hasn't been overawed.
Doesn't look out of place at all.
Got a lot of the footy, and that's the one they've been waiting to put through, haven't they? The HBL side. And AMR have been inside 50 a couple of times. Not quite so sure on that. I'll get it off Charlie shortly, but it's definitely been HBL's quarter so far.
And I think it might be 6-10-46 to AMR 3-4-21 on the Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical Scoreboard.
Let's go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil and Collie Eagles. Well, they've went whack, haven't they? 13 goals, 684 lead. Dunsborough 2-4-16.
Oh, come on, Sharkies.
And Adam Bignell, they had to stand up for his 300th game, Macca.
Up they go, one down by Fletcher. Brought forward by Martin for the Bulls. Martin has it at centre forward. Fisher tackles him. Said he didn't dispose of it correctly. And Fisher wins a free kick.
Payne Park, Bunbury 6-4-40. Lead the Harvey Bulls 4-1-25. So Harvey Bulls putting up a bit of fight at Payne Park.
Spivey has the football here on the members' wing. Goes long, looking for the George lead. Oh, they all come back in, and George is hurt there. Ball comes out from HBL. Fremantle sets himself. Good mark. Just behind centre wing. He gets up immediately, plays on. Goes to the half-forward flank. They fly. Gets over the back. Here's Buster Turner, the goal kicker in his first game. Outside of the right boot, Humphreys.
Just repaid the favour.
I was going to say, there you go. Jared, you gave me one. Here's one back, mate. So Humphreys, 45-degree angle. Yeah, right side for a left footer, and he'll kick it from about 45.
Looking very dangerous, the Lions, as we speak.
Here he comes. Sends it on its way, and he gets it in. They're starting to find their mark now, Craney. They are sending him through. Humphreys, I think he might already have one today, does he?
That's his first for the afternoon.
He's got 1 goal, 1.
He's got a couple of nice assists. Yeah, and HBL, they were starting to just build just before half-time, continued on. AMR have had a couple of chances in this quarter, just haven't been able to finish it off. But they've been workmanlike, AMR, haven't they? But how long can you hold on to a side when they start to get their run, the answer will be coming up, Macca.
Yeah, I reckon. But on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard, starting to look a little bit ominous now for AMR. 6:10.51 HBL, AMR 3:4.26.
Thanks, MGIB.
They need a couple of quick ones to stay in touch.
MGI, like a good neighbour, MGIB. Nice tap
One
again.
down by Fletcher. Anderson and Spence have gone toe-to-toe. Spence won the free kick, played on immediately, put it out in front of a teammate. He couldn't gather it. Crichton does, though. Tries to find Templeton. They're working overtime there out on the wing. Both sides trying to gain it. Fernican saw the ball over the line. The umpire's going to ball it in for cashforcans.com.au.
Jesse Crichton's had a very good afternoon.
Really good. Really good. He's just on a high. Just been down to Country Week, Cranius.
Yeah, winning Country Week side.
Yeah. So you always find that players gain a lot from going down there. Fletcher wins it down to Crichton. He's set upon immediately by Watson for Bunbury mower service, and they're going to ball it up there.
He probably didn't need that, though, Macca.
No. Bone rattler. One down by Fletcher again. Just forward to centre. Oh, Anderson does well to shovel Leroy Anderson off the football, and they still fight for it. Now HBL get it forward. Coming at it hard, working extremely hard was Turner. Got it to Fernican, goes over the head of Milner.
Oh, he's opened up the back.
Is that Martin? I think it was. Fires on goal, and he's missed.
You should be able to pick them out. A couple with those boots on, Macca.
He's a good player, Martin, and you'd expect better of that from him with the time that he had. Fremantle's coming out.
He's a 2-on-1.
Trying to work out who this player is, Craney. I don't think he's in my book. Number 2.
HBL are starting to get a lot of numbers around that footy. Number 2 for?
AMR.
Nathan Ainsworth.
Oh, Nathan Ainsworth. That's right. It was a change at the start. Now we've got him pegged. Right half forward for HBL. Fletcher wins another knock. Ainsworth couldn't quite get the ball away. Under the pack, grabbing the ball and being buried into the deck was Templeton. He's always in and under for HBL. Up they go. Fletcher and Kittle-Nile. One down by Fletcher. It stacks on the mill and it ends up with Spence. Spirals it out to McDonald. McDonald handballs it on to Spivey. He couldn't get a handle on it, and then Spence comes through and sockers it forward. They really can't do well. Leroy Anderson comes to Spence. There's Miller working in a phone booth. Put down after he got rid of it. Ball bounces unkindly for Donovan, and good to see Bennett back on. Tackles Donovan. He's going to ball it up right here on centre wing. Still entertaining, Craney.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant, Mac.
Up they go. Fletcher smacks it. Miller read it best. Then fended off Panetta and goes on the left foot to looking for George. He can't take the mark. George is back on the ground. Donovan picks it up. Runs to the pocket. Left foot into the corridor, and a big fist there going through from Ward. They just can't quite get it to happen for them, can they?
Can't get the finish, the Hawks. That's what they need, and they need to make the best of them, most of every opportunity, which they haven't been able to do so. There hasn't been going down there at a great rate or not. So
Crichton got it to Soulos, and Soulos goes long out of defence. Working hard's Buster Turner. Got a handball away, only as far as Stubbs. So they're still working. Jeez, it is hard in there. Getting the ball out was the first game, a Nordgaard league. Kicked it to centre forward, but it's been marked by Bajetta in his 100th. Gets it off to a teammate who drives it long out of defence. Fernican pushed underneath it by Wiskin. Wiskin goes back after it. Fletcher had him. Wiskin picks it up, dishes it out to Currell, and Currell spots up Miller. Miller, taken heavily and high by Bajetta was Pigeon.
That was Zachy Piper.
He's doing, Zach Piper. And he's doing the pigeon when he was getting up after that one, in the words of Bert and Ernie. Miller can't take that one. Does gather it off the deck. Puts in a pass to centre forward. No mark can be taken. Humphreys gathers. He's a long way from home. Got it to Piper. Piper to Turner. Turner handed it on quickly to Soulos. Soulos,
Oh, they got
he's got
men running
Milner out on
everywhere.
his own, and coming back with the flight is Martin. If he can get to it, the kick was too much from Milner, and it's gone over the line. Will be a throw in, just in that left forward pocket, right next to the point post.
Big Jack Fletcher comes off on the Harvey Norman interchange bench for a bit of a spell. Gee, he's had a good afternoon too.
Geez, they're moving the ball well now, aren't they?
They are moving it
HBL.
very swift.
They're making it look really good for Gen X engineering teamwork, Craney.
Nicely done, Darren McDonald.
Ball comes back in. Tane. Williams took it out of the ruck, but the umpire said he infringed. I didn't think he did too much wrong, but Hanny will take the free kick.
Tell you where HBL are going to be very good on a wide open hands oval.
Oh, absolutely.
When the sun comes out, they'll be a real chance.
Might get them to sell a few home games before the end of the year so they can get a taste of it, Craney. The hands oval. Hanny goes out to the far side, and there's a contest on the halfback flank. And the ball was taken by Casper. No, it's not Casper Donovan. It is, I think it's Bridgeland. Bridgeland, he finds Leroy Anderson at right halfback. He goes down the wing. Oh, good.
That's a good
well
mark.
done by George.
Are we still looking for a CPR outdoor centre mark of the day?
Should we be bothered?
Charlie's already caught it.
George comes back in to the middle, and he found his teammate Oldham. Oldham gave it back to George. It's right in the centre of the ground. They're in trouble now. There's a turnover.
Yeah, that got a bit messy, didn't it?
Yeah. And the umpire's given it to Humphreys, who's having a real influence. Jared Humphreys, he's enjoying his day out today at the showgrounds. And just goes bang to centre half forward. Milner, easy as you like, no pressure. Oh, no, it's Tane Williams. Sorry, they all look a bit similar. Tane Williams, outside 50, 45-degree angle. Goes on his right foot out to the pocket. Is it Furnican? And that's spoiled at the last minute by Carroll, and the ball goes over the line. So they had the right idea, but the kick was just a little bit too high. Didn't have enough laser on it.
Yeah, got a bit of work to do now, the AMR boys.
So the ball to come back into play. Williams, Tane Williams, who's been pretty good as well. They've got some big boys half full. Williams can't.
They got a nice balance.
He gathers it off the deck, puts it out in front of Milner. Milner comes out, gathered by Donaldson of AMR. Goes out there to Anderson, Bryars it is rather. He has a footy, has a shot on goal, goes straight up in the air. They fly, ball hits the deck. Here's Carroll, snapped out of there by Hanny, down the corridor. No one, Ward can't take the mark, and AMR clear it. Comes into the centre of the ground. George asked a fair bit of him. 2-on-1. Watson arrives to even things up. Anderson, Ty, gathers it off the deck. Easy as you like. Goes backwards to Xavier Williams, who then goes forwards to Soulos. And there's a little bit of a hullabaloo out on the far wing. As Soulos goes inside 50, Piper pulls down a strong mark on the half-forward flank right on the edge of the 50-metre line.
And the hullabaloo got sorted out.
Pretty quickly.
Well, when you move the footy, you can't afford to be sitting on the ground fighting. You need to be up and about with the footy. Nice mark by Zachy Piper.
Ty Anderson went 25 metres backwards into a teammate who then had Soulos on his own in the middle of the ground.
Went back to open it up, which
good
you need to
slingshot.
do.
Piper, 45-degree angle, will kick from just on 50. Would suit him if he's a left footer. Here he comes.
Take a good kick from here, right on 50.
Yep. He's going to back himself in. Big right foot. Gives it everything he's got. They fly. Oh! There's nearly a dangle on another dangle on the line. A good attempt for the CPR outdoors mark. It's brought back into play now.
Oh,
here comes Anderson, straight off the deck, outside of the right boot.
Wow.
There's a contender for the WA Cup at Supermarket. Goal of the day.
All class.
Ty Anderson, he is since quarter time, he has really put himself into votes contention.
And after half-time especially, he's been absolutely electric this quarter. Started off the quarter absolutely brilliant. But it's just his pacey, those 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 steps gives him enough time to finish off nicely. And that wasn't an easy goal, but he did it with ease. And they're starting to push away now, though, the HBL. They're getting numbers everywhere at the moment.
And on the on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard, HBL 8:10:58, AMR 3:5:23. They're still in it if they can get 2 quick ones, Craney, but it just doesn't look like it now.
Well, they just need to make the most of their opportunities, Mac, and that's simply something they haven't done in this quarter. Mind you, HBL have had a pretty good shot at it as Ty Anderson just walks out the middle again.
For Hyundai, gets it onto Ward, who won the ruck knock. He just goes right inside, but waiting back there in defence and taking a good mark was Dendel. Dendel goes out wide looking for Oldham, made a bit of a mess of it, gathers the ball, handballed it over to an opposing player who has a shot on goal.
As simple as you like.
And that was Martin. He's just banged it through for his first of the day. He's finally got one. Yeah. It is raining goals here now at the showgrounds, Craney.
Well, I thought it was always going to open up because the game was played in such an open thing. The goals must have come in. How cool and calm was Martin just in that little situation? Just picked up on the mistake, just wandered in, whacked it through the middle and started jogging back. So as easy as that, Macca, and they are really starting to push forward, and the challenge has been thrown at AMR. I'm not so sure where they can come to. They've been very gallant so far, but there's only a certain amount that you can do. We'll go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil. Bunbury 7-6-48, lead the Harvey Bulls 5-1-31, and Collie Eagles 13 goals 6-84, lead Dunsborough 2-4-16. 43
points in favour of the Lions here on the Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical scoreboard as they clear it out for Hyundai. AMR in the latter stages of this third quarter. It's gathered on the half-back, flanked by HBL. Really good physicality there by Pigeon to win the football. Got it back to Spence. It was actually Groenewegen who got it back to Spence, and Spence found Kittle Nile just on centre wing. Drives it forward, but interception. Good intercept mark there taken by Bryers, who's been a good contributor today. Half-back. Right half-back he is. Drives it down the wing. Big fly from Tane Williams. Umpire says an unrealistic attempt. Unless you are Luke Bennett, you're not going to mark that. And Carroll has the ball on the wing for AMR. He goes long to the half-forward flank. They fly. George can't take it, but Xavier Williams does for the Lions. So he's at right half-back. Looking for options. Goes back to Crichton, who's standing there all on his lonesome. Then he's got another teammate back there in the pocket who takes it and goes. Big left foot. Works out to Buster, who's just about been busted open as he's brought to the ground. Umpire's found a free kick, says incorrect disposal, and it's going to HBL. So HBL, not the best kick forward. Templeton put under pressure. Hewer trying to help him, but now the ball has been won excellently by Casper Donovan. He wheels around for AMR, goes inside 50. No one can get a handle on it. It's picked up now. Good left foot snap there. It's an half forward by Hanny. Ball won't bounce for him. They can't take a trick. Spivey has it. Brings it back outside to Spence. He's come back 40 metres. Spence lines up from 50 on his left. Crichton with the fist, and across the line it goes. Geez, they're trying everything AMR and it's just not coming off.
Oh, they're working hard, Mac. There's no doubt about that. It's just the way the numbers around the contest is hurting him. And you can see HBL just growing in confidence as this game goes on.
Crichton taking on Donaldson for the Best Defender Award, Western All Pets Services. And now the ball is with Anderson. He has been electric. Gets it across to the running Fletcher, who gives it back to Anderson, who's running. They are on fire. One bounce. Gets to 55, looks in the corridor, coming back with the flight. Fremantle picks it up off the deck and dribbles it through. Well, it wasn't easy. Should have been easy. Fremantle making the easy look difficult, and they get the goal.
When did Jack Fletcher run into that running rover-type player? That was absolutely brilliant by the big man. Ty Anderson over to Fletcher, Fletcher back to Anderson, and just run in. Yeah, it did get a bit messy in the end, but just numbers towards the footy. They're moving the ball exceptionally well, and as I said, they're starting to grow in confidence. They trust each other. I like the balance of their side too, Macca.
Oh, they are. They're a nice side to watch when they are up and going. They're a little bit blunted a couple of weeks ago with the conditions and obviously coming up against a bit better side.
Well, definitely the conditions don't suit their run and style sort of play. They've got a lot of youngsters out here, but they've got a wealth of experience as well.
The maths are starting to stretch our Harvey Norman Bunbury electrical scoreboard attendance, Craney, so we'll get back to that in a moment as Fletcher wins another one for Hyundai. Trying to take the ball out of the middle was Templeton, got it back to Anderson, that's Ty, and there's the siren for Preston Power Equipment at three-quarter time here at the showgrounds. It's 10-12-72 HBL leading AMR 3-5-23 convincingly for Harvey Norman Bunbury Electrical Scoreboard.
Half time here at Brunswick Oval and SEN Spirits coverage of the Southwest Football League. Yes, HBL really put the throttle down that quarter and just moved away a little bit. The challenge firmly with AMR. We'll be back to see if they're up to it after the break. And welcome back to Brunswick Oval for SEN Spirits coverage of the Southwest Football League. Three-quarter time and HBL have a commanding lead, 10-12-72 to AMR 3-6-24, and a very dominant quarter by the Lions, led by Ty Anderson. He was absolutely brilliant in that quarter, electric. Right from the first minute of that quarter, he took off and was absolutely outstanding.
He set the tone, didn't he?
No one can catch him, Macca. No. But he's wise enough just to slow down a little bit before he delivers the ball, which makes him a very dangerous opponent. Just around the ground, thanks to Geograph Civil, Payne Park, Bunbury 7-6-48, lead the Harvey Bulls 5-1-31. Your Harvey Bulls doing all right, Charlie. And Collie Eagles 13-6-84, lead Dunsborough 2-4-16. A big win up there by the look of it for Adam Bignell's 300th game.
Well done to Collie for bringing it for the milestone man.
Could be a big party at the Collie Club Rooms tonight, you would think, Macca.
Yeah, you can start seeing over the back of the hills there. The smoke's starting to curl up now, Craney.
Final quarter action.
Billow up.
Just about to be underway. This is SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald.
Fletcher and Kittle Nettle go at it for Hyundai. Bryars brings the ball out of the middle of the ground, and that was brilliant onto the chest of Milner.
Wow, doesn't get much better than that for a centre break.
Milner from 60 out, dead in front, goes with the big left foot, trying to find Rout. Rout can't mark. Buster Turner's there. He ends up with the football. He's tackled there by Donaldson, and the umpire is going to ball it up.
We spoke about the dangers of the centre breaks from HBL, and that was absolutely superb.
Oh, just so clean out of there. One down by Kittle Nile. Spence taken high, and he'll have the free kick in the right back pocket for AMR.
He's had a big game, Spence.
Oh, he's got a lot of the footy. He's played three quarters so far, that's for sure. 3 consistent quarters. Puts a short pass out to Groenenwagen. He's taken the mark on his chest. Still inside D50. Another short pass finds Watson. Still inside D50 they are. Goes across the ground and backwards. Got it to a teammate in Dendel who took the mark, and now they're outside 50. That's a good mark on the chest of Wiskin. Comes to centre half back. Finds Spence, who's run up. Goes out to that wing again, and he's got Fisher taking the mark just behind centre wing on the far side. Away they go. Oh, he talked himself out of it. Milner gets the turnover from the smother. Left foot into the pocket, and there's Rout on the lead. Still too far out to score. Chips it inside 50. Turner's there, but coming out and meeting it was Williams. That's Tane, and takes a mark on his chest. That was too easy, Alan. Oh, so come into the corridor again, and that's Rout. So Rout about 35 out, dead in front. Too easy.
The difference in AMR was in the first quarter they had runners from behind, and then they had to stop-start. They had nobody coming from behind to get that overlap footy going on. Once the turnover happened, that just opened up all HBL's forward line. Nothing defenders can do about that because the forwards were just pushing into open space.
There's no pressure on the forward coming in at the ball either. So here he comes, Rout. Shoots from 40, sends her on its way, and it's wayward. And he only gets a behind, does Jay Rout. It's, where is he? Oh, here he is. So that's his first score of the day as well. As Donaldson brings the ball back into play, comes out to this member's side, trying to find Watson. But Anderson going back with the flight. Thought that was good enough to be called a mark, Craney, but it's gone out of bounds for cashforcans.com.
Every bit of it. He just covers the ground that quickly. He's never out of the contest.
So left half back for AMR. Ball comes back into play for Cash for Cairns. Smashed down there by Kittle. Neil coming through and working exceptionally hard is Leroy Anderson. Eventually still gets a handball out, then gets after it again. So he's trying to do a fair bit. He's feeling a bit inspired, a little sick of what's going on.
I've been impressed with him though, Leroy Anderson.
Trying to get, he doesn't mind getting his head over the football. One down by Fletcher and socket off the ground by Miller into the corridor. Piper picks it up for HBL, goes back to Ward, not the best handball. Spivey he arrives, toes it out in front of himself, and the ball sits up for
There's
it.
A chance.
Now he goes inside. Coming hard at the football is Pigeon. He picks it up, gets a handball, a beautiful handball on to George, who puts through the easiest goal of the day.
AMR's Gen X engineering tick. Put that one down, Charlie, because that was a nice bit of teamwork to rock in their fourth goal of the afternoon. Took a little bit of time coming, but it was a pretty good finish all up.
That was really good work by Pigeon there inside the 50 to keep the ball alive and then win the footy eventually. And he could have had a shot on goal, Alan, but elected for the handball.
Mitch Miller was the goal kicker? Yes?
Yeah, no, it was Donaldson.
No, Donaldson, was it?
No, sorry, not Donaldson. George. He became the multiple goal kicker for...
Sorry, Byron, I nearly missed you then. I was looking up at a setup behind the play.
And on the right Nemeth scoreboard, it's HBL 73 to AMR 30. Goes up for Hyundai, one down by Fletcher. There's Anderson again. That's Ty. Gets it to Templeton. Templeton on his right boot, and he sees Piper all on the outside on his own. Piper then goes back to Templeton, who's come out further to the boundary line, just high of half forward. Oh, good little pump fake. Then goes into the corridor. Who's coming out to mark it? No one. There's a big spoil there from Hanny.
Oh.
Kittle Nettle as Humphreys had a shot on goal and has kicked it behind.
He wasn't much in that, was it?
No.
Don't you like that when players are prepared to run? And that's exactly what Templeton did there.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy just giving it off. He went to get his next one on.
Donaldson brings it back into play. Found Watson. Watson comes across to Spivey. Spivey takes the mark just behind centre wing. He puts Spence in all sorts. Bryce spoiled it, but Spivey's butted up. Giving it back to Spence. Spence trying to find his teammate Miller, who's grabbed without the football. Wins the ball right on the wing.
He's had a good day, Miller.
Yeah, pretty good. Quiet second. Comes into the corridor. He was unbelievable in the first. Handball off. Given by Watson. Donaldson a long way from full back. Drives the ball inside 50. AMR having a last gasp. Williams, that's Xavier. Picks it up. Handballs to no one in particular. Umpire said he might have been dealt with after he got rid of it, and it's down the ground to Fernican.
He's put his hand up for the Western All Pass Services best defender, hasn't he? There's quite a few of them.
Yep. Are you talking about Williams?
Yeah.
Yes. Now this ball's landed on the chest of Milner, who's at centre-half back, goes long down the wing. Coming at it was Williams. Tane tried to collect a couple on his way when he missed it. Now it's picked up by Currell. Gets it to Spence. Spence this way, then the other. Now he comes right across the ground. Gave it to Dendel. Dendel in plenty of space. Puts it out in front of a teammate there in Hanny, who takes a mark out in front. He puts it inside 50, and that's a really good strong mark to Spivey, who's been pretty active. 45-degree angle right side for a left footer.
He's had an outstanding season all up as Spivey.
I was on the phone to my young bloke Connor just before the game, Craney. He said, "Where are you?" I said, "At Brunswick." HBL AMR. He goes, "Max Spivey?"
Yeah.
In he goes in the corridor. That's an absolute bullet. And he finds that man, George, who's on a hot streak at the moment, right in the corridor. He'll kick from about 40, dead in front. Craney, and he's got two already.
Yes, and look, you'd almost put him down for number 3. He's a good kick of the footy.
And this is for back-to-back goals for AMR.
And they'll need a few back-to-back ones coming up here.
They might do, mate.
But you never say never, do you?
No, you don't. Not in today's day and age, not the way footy's played with momentum. In he comes, Byron George from 40 metres. It's a brilliant drop punt that splits the middle, and AMR claw another one back.
Yeah, but it's good. That's what you want from AMR. They've been very valiant through all the afternoon so far. They got blown away a little bit in that third quarter, but they've still been ready to push it back as we've got a little player, up-and-coming player right in front of us here, Macca.
Yeah, a little lion he's wrapped with the scoreboard thanks to Wright and Emmett. 10-4-14-74 HBL AMR 5-6-36. We're back in the middle for Hyundai. Game on, event now on.
Thanks to MGIB too, like a good neighbour. MGIB is there and they support us on our show on Friday afternoon too, which is outstanding.
Fletcher, who's been very good today, but you've got to admit that Kittle Neal is stuck to the task as Fletcher brings the ball down, handballs it, only as far as Spence. Watson gets it to that man Miller, stops props, left foot, brings it down this member side. Here's Ty Anderson, gets the ball in front of himself, left foot bullet down the side to Buster. Turner, slick handball into Piper. Piper into the corridor, and I think he's found, there was Milner onto the running, Soulos! Mark on the chest to route, bang, turns around and bangs it through. Gen X engineering team play right there and then, Croney.
Teamwork plus, wasn't it? Absolutely. Yep. Superb handball by young Buster.
Oh, he's slick.
This corner. Awareness of, knew the player was running inside. It wasn't just run of the mill.
Give him the garage doors Southwest now, will you?
You were going to give him that.
Give him the keys to the garage doors Southwest.
No, that was outstanding. Just awareness of the game. Not overawed. I reckon he'd be enjoying his game of footy right now,
He'd be loving it. And I reckon the more senior members of the side will be loving his energy that he's bringing, and the fact that he's not overawed. He's takes every contest on its merit. He has a crack at the contest, so there would be trust in him from the senior players, I'd imagine.
And you've got to earn that trust, don't you? And I think he's gone a long way to earning that trust this afternoon.
Doesn't shy away from a contest. That's what I'm trying to say. As it goes up for Hyundai, Jack Fletcher taps it down. Anderson can't pick this one up, and then the umpire's found a free, and it's incorrect disposal. So Spence is going to come. Oh no, it's Ty Anderson going to come up for his 78th disposal. Goes over the head of the contest. Here comes Currell, who's battled on, shrugs a tackle, and then gets it off to Miller. Miller on the left foot. His kick is smothered. Right foot it was, rather. And then taken to ground there was Donovan.
Still.
Taken to ground was Donovan. And they're going to ball it up right up here on the wing, right in front of the commentary box.
The Preston Power equipment clock's got us well into this last quarter, and the tackling is still intense.
So up they go for Hyundai. One down by Kittle Neal. I've been impressed with the way he's, really embraced the contest. They win the free kick to AMR. Watson goes to centre half forward. Henny, not the best kick for him, but he still keeps it in the vicinity. Gave his teammates some space. Here they wheel around. Stubbs on his right boot. Snap for goal. They got three in a row, Craney. There's a pulse. There's a pulse.
There's a pulse. I'll tell you what, we'll give that a chance for WA Carbon Supermarket. Goal of the day too. Young Stubbs did that outstanding. Yep. He went to feign the handball, got blocked in all ways, and then turned around, flipped it over his shoulder. Macca, and she went straight through the eye, did a little.
She did.
And they're playing very well in this quarter.
It's a 38-point ball game, Craney, according to the Wright and Emmett scoreboard.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's still a long, long way back. But could have folded. HBL had all the run of the ball, and they've kicked the last, three?
Yeah, so they're sticking to the task. The coach, what did you tell me? They've got 17 players out of their league side.
Well, they have got quite a few missing.
Not that you ever want to use injury as an excuse.
I'm sure Blake Anderson wouldn't, but he would love this response.
One down by Fletcher, takes it out, tries to dish out the handball. Spence ends up with the football. Spivey running through. Handball's out to Miller on his left foot. Drives it out to the half-forward flank. Good mark coming on the chest to the goal kicker Stubbs. Can they make it four in a row? Here's George on the lead. He's got the space on the chest. He drops what he should have taken. HBL recover. Out of bounds it is, and it will be thrown in the right forward pocket for AMR. Craney, George had that.
I absolutely
thought he had it. It's almost like he took his eyes off it because he thought it was that easy. It was a good kick by Stubbs. So the ball to come back into play. One down by Hanny. Cleared the pack by HBL. Carroll, who's read the ball well, keeps it in front. Body over it, head over it, picks it up, gets it to Miller. Miller trying to break off. Eventually gets it to the ruckman, Kittle Nile, who at the last minute saw Wiskin out of the corner of his eye. Wiskin does well and finds that teammate there in Fisher, just at the top of 50. Fisher goes off to Bridgeland. and Bridgeland takes the mark there on his chest, about 40 out. So they're going to have another shot on goal, Craney.
Stranger things have happened, Mac.
This will be for 4 in a row. Almost dead in front, just slightly left to centre. And he'll kick it from about 45. He's gone back, almost back to those hills. In he goes from 48. Let's go. It's a beauty. And AMR have got 4 in a row. The comeback is on, Alan. It's a 32-point ball game here in favour of HBL at the showgrounds.
That was a magnificent kick, Darren McDonald. You want to learn how to kick a goal, just watch that. He went back, followed through beautifully, and it went straight as a arrow. Forget about them round the corner kicks, Macca. Yeah, that's how you kick a goal. And that was outstanding.
I said he had a long run up, and he did, to give himself momentum, and he didn't break stride. He kicked it like he was on the run, and that's why it went so beautifully.
He didn't try and go around and make a bit of distance. He thought, no, I got this covered.
So from 48, and it sailed all the way back to the fence.
Full goal post high.
Yeah, so it's a 30-point ball game here in favour of the Lions here at for the Wright and Emmett scoreboard. It goes up for Hyundai, and Fletcher just smashes that one. He's had enough of this 4 in a row rubbish from the opposition. Martin can't pick it up. Carroll, who's been really good in defence today, and sort of making him a case for the Western All Pest Services defender. His second half's been terrific. He got tied up. Fletcher wins this knock at centre half forward for the Lions. They're trying to work it hard there. I think it was Briers over the football. Umpire's going to ball it up again. It's an half forward for the Lions. Fletcher goes whack out the back trying to find Fremantle. Fremantle can't pick it up. Anderson's there, but Fisher is the one who gathers it and then takes it over the line. And he was surrounded by a pride of Lions there, Craney. All on his own, the Fisher, and he swum it over the line.
It is late in the day. We'll just have a look at the clock thanks to Preston Power Equipment.
So ball comes back into play. Fletcher takes it, gets the handball away. Anderson tackled. I think it's by Fisher, and then he wins a free kick. No, it's by that man.
That's one for the Bunbury
It's by the other
service.
Anderson, by Leroy Anderson. Oh, a little bit of a hullabaloo on the wing. Craney umpire says, play it on, boys.
Boys getting excited.
So Leroy Anderson puts it to centre forward, but the intercept is on, and Dixon takes a sliding mark on his chest for HBL. Comes out, but Miller, Miller nearly took it from over the back.
How did he take that mark? That was outstanding.
Miller and Milner. Milner, the big centre-half forward, full forwards, he's at centre-half backs taking a mark. Gets it across there to Dixon again, and Dixon goes wide to the other side to find Ward, who marks the ball on his chest. Right half-back he is. Ward soaking up seconds and goes whop with a 50-metre drop punt. They fly, and there's Milner. He got back up for the next contest. That's good footy by him. Big raking left foot into full forward. No one can take the mark. Donaldson gathers for AMR. Brings it out of defence. Coming at it was Donovan. Couldn't get it on the bank. Taking it's Hewer. He is tackled, and that is a good tackle for Bunbury Mower Services by Donovan. Had Hewer cold. Donovan, not the best kick. Oh, a falcon. It was falconed in there by Bridgeland. He didn't expect the ball to skid through.
Well, it went through everyone's legs, Macca.
The ball's now at centre back for ASR as whisks it away. He got it in there to Spence, who then just does a little soft shoe shuffle to get away from Soulos. Goes back there. There's no, it's not Whiskin. Anyway, they've got it at the top of the 50. Spivey wheels around, puts a Chisler into full forwards. Xavier Williams takes the mark. So I think that was Bridgeland that brought it out of defence for AMR before. Now Soulos has it in the back pocket for HBL, and he finds teammate further down the line in Fremantle. Fremantle, just at the top of his defensive 50, goes down the wing. Anderson going hard at it. Sounds like an accounting firm, Craney. Anderson and Anderson.
You're right there, Macca. Let's go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil. Collie Eagles 16-6, 102 lead. Dunsborough 4-7, 31. And Bunbury 9-9, 63 lead. Harvey Bulls 5-1, 31.
Fletcher took the ball out of the out of the knock and then just tumbled it forward off his right boot. Well gathered by Martin, who got it to Panetta. And now here is Luke Bennett, who's awakened from his slumber. He got the ball back to Soulos. Soulos puts it out in front of Bryers. Bryers picks it up eventually. Gets it to Humphreys, who was really good in the second and third quarters. Drives it into the pocket. Coming out and meeting at his route. He then looks in the corridor. Fremantle gathers it off the 10-metre kick, gets around one with a flash dummy and then puts it through on the outside of the right boot in an open goal.
Yeah, that's a nice bit of teamwork through for NX Engineering. Everybody knew where everyone was at the time. Stayed cool, calm and collective. Rout used the ball sensationally well. A little bit of a sidestep macca and then run into an open goal.
I'll tell you what, Craney, one thing I'm noticing about this HBL side, they don't care who kicks them. It was Fremantle kicked that goal. They don't care who kicks them.
And that's what makes a good side.
It's all team goals for them. So Rout then probably could have gone the outside of the right boot and had a shot on goal. But no, it's not going to count as a mark. But an 8-metre kick to Fremantle, who's then very quick on his feet, gets around a player and then just pops it through. That's a goal they needed. 12-14-86. AMR 7-6. 48 on the right Nemeth scoreboard.
SKG Radiology, get your scans done there. That might take the wind out of sails of the AMR side.
Jack Fletcher wins another knock. Big knock, but Spence gathers it off the deck again. Ball comes down there to Leroy Anderson and he pumps it forward. Out they come. Stubbs has the football. Tries to get it to Hanny. He's been holding the ball thanks to Bunbury Mower Services. So that's a free kick there,
Bajetta.
Going to Bajetta.
100 games this afternoon for HBL.
The ball's out on the far wing now with Fremantle. He goes to centre half forward. Out comes Rout. Rout gives it off to the running Bryers. He shoots long on goal. They fly. Milner! That's a good, strong mark. Beautiful kick. Lovely movement of the ball thanks to Gen X Engineering. And they have done superbly, HBL there.
Jay Wright has been in everything.
He's got to be in the boats, Craney.
Absolutely.
It's not an easy position, half-forward flank.
Yeah, but he's also just using the ball well. He's been bringing players into the play.
Dead in front, 25 out, Xavier Milner. In he comes. Left foot, pops it through. There's number 4 for the big man.
Already wrote that down, Macca. He's had a sensational day as big Xavier Milner. Whether it's been forward or back, he's kicked the 4 goals, but it's quite easy to see him taking marks in defence. He's been working up and down the ground.
Big Humphreys has done that as well.
But yeah, Jared Humphreys, he's just cool, calm and collective in every situation. And as you said before, they don't care who kicks the goals. They just want to see that scoreboard ticking over.
Yeah, they do.
And that's what makes a sign of a good side.
And because of that, they're not predictable to the opposition, so players continue to lead and make themselves available, and they are predictable to each other because they'll know that if you're on, we'll use you. I won't ignore you. And players will stop leading if they get ignored, and that's when your system breaks down.
That's exactly right. Yep, you're only going to put in the effort so much.
12-14-92 to AMR 7-6-48 on the right Nemeth scoreboard. Hyundai's game on event has kicked off as the ball goes up there for Hyundai, and that was Hanny that won the knock, and there's a free kick in the middle of the ground to AMR, and it's going to be taken by Pigeon. Pigeon has a little bit of a look and then just goes long down the corridor. They set themselves, goes over the back there of Kittle Neal, who must be absolutely spent after the big day he's had. Xavier William picks it up in the back pocket. He's brought to ground. They hover over it, waiting for a whistle. Oh! Brought down pretty heavily by Xavier Williams was, I think it might be Leroy Anderson, is it?
Is Leroy Anderson getting himself up?
Yeah, it was Leroy Anderson. One down by Kittle Neal, taken out of there by Pigeon. And the umpire says pay advantage. And then there was no advantage. So what's the umpire going to do here? Yes, it's coming back to the AMR original free kick in Miller. So everyone was a bit confused.
But the umpire was very cool, calm and collective.
Yeah, and he made the right decision, Alan.
Absolutely.
45-degree angle right side for this left footer. He'll kick it from 50. Runs around for extra distance. Sends it on its way. Umpire does not move. Miller's banged through an absolute beauty for WA Carpet Supermarket. Goal of the day.
There's a few of them, isn't there, Macca? He's had a terrific afternoon. And you just got to take your hat off to the AMR boys. They've just kept on keeping on, haven't they? Been a little bit swarmed in that second quarter. But other than that, they've played pretty well.
Yeah, there's the third quarter. Third quarter,
Sorry,
they got
just
swamped.
at the end of the second quarter, HBL was starting to move up.
Yeah.
Third quarter, HBL absolutely electric. But they've pushed back here, and I mean, they've pushed their score up considerably.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, though, the percentage will make no difference to HBL because they had that draw going forward, so they got odd number of points anyway,
righto.
so percentage won't make any difference.
But they put the game out of reach for AMR in that third quarter. But AMR battled on. Ball's been won down by Kittle Nile. Umpires found a free kick, and getting up very gingerly is the Pigeon, who's having a little bit to say in this last quarter, enjoying his time in the middle of the round. Sends it out to Wiskin on the wing, takes a mark. Wiskin plays on, comes back on his right side, then kicks around the corner. Gronenwagen can't pick the ball up, but makes space for Hanny. Hanny gets the ball back to her teammate. McDonald taps it cleverly, but only as far as Briars. Templeton storms through, gets a handball away. Pigeon goes bang with a spiral. It's a old-fashioned torpedo punt that hits in one bounce over the line.
It didn't go straight, but gee, it was good to watch off the boot. She spun perfectly, didn't she? The old torpedo.
Straight out of the Pigeon. Rightio.
That was out of the Dustin Fletcher torpedo book, Mac.
It certainly was. It went about 65 metres. So they're in the left forward pocket. Ball to come back into play for cashforcans.com. Xavier Williams wins this one down. Coming through is Hewer. He's tackled, and they're going to ball it up. Geez, Kittle, Neil, what do you made of his game, the ruckman for
look,
AMR?
He's been superb. He's been undermanned, hasn't he? But he is very workmanlike in his endeavour.
What do you reckon he would have thought this morning when he woke up and knew what he was up against?
I thought, this is going to be a great day.
Should I get in the car and drive all the way to Brunswick today?
Of course you do, because players love a challenge, and that's what he would have accepted.
Anderson got it out to Hewer, and they're out of defence. HBL is a contest on the wing, and that free kick has been won by AMR. Then gets it to Fisher at the top, who puts in a little worm burner to McDonald, who takes a mark, and he's going to have a shot from about 40 metres out, dead in front.
Gee, they've had a big last quarter, haven't they,
Yeah, this is coming up for their fifth goal, Craney, for the quarter. If he gets it. That was Watson that started it.
Charlie just said its time is running out on the Preston Power equipment clock there, Mac.
So in he comes, Thomas McDonald, shoots from 40, right foot drop punt, cannot miss. That's 5 for the quarter for AMR, 13-14-92, 8-6-60, 32 points the differential on the right Nemeth scoreboard late here in the last.
Yeah, they've had a fantastic last quarter, have the AMR side, and it would have been easy just to go, well, enough's enough and we'll head off down the highway this afternoon, but not for them, and that's a good characteristics of a good club, isn't it? You fight it out, Mac, until the final siren.
Absolutely, and that will happen when the Preston Power equipment clock ticks its last second.
That's exactly right. Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB is there.
Righto, we're back in the middle for Hyundai. Their Game On event has kicked off, if you haven't known about that already. Up they go. One down out of the middle by Ward, who for HBL, who snaps it out. Martin at centre forward, gets a handball back to Ward. Ward goes long on his left. They fly. No one can take the mark.
Well, clever.
Ball's run out of defence beautifully by Nordgaard Lee of AMR. It bounces back in the middle. Met solidly by McDonald was Soulos, and he wasn't expecting that.
Did not see him coming, did he? Soulos?
And the tackler in Stubbs won the free kick for holding the ball. Oh, not the best kick, and the mark there is intercepted by Dixon. Dixon goes across. He finds Bennett. Bennett in the back pocket puts an absolute sizzler up to half-back flank to Templeton. Takes a mark, plays on immediately. Right foot down the wing, getting back was Wiskin. Wiskin takes the mark and plays on for AMR. They're not done with yet. Big fist from Furnican. And here's Oldham. Ty Anderson will pick it up and try and scoot away, but he's set up on him, brought to ground for Bunbury Mower Services. Umpire's going to ball it up as Watson lets Anderson know he's caught him, but Anderson will just tell him to have a look at the scoreboard.
The tackling has been absolutely superb, Mac. Very few free kicks have been given away. It's just been hard, good, fair dinkum footy.
Yep, Ward wins it down again. Pigeon taken to deck. Pigeon's gone into the middle this last little bit.
He's
Crane
been
frame,
handy,
and
hasn't he?
Yeah, he looks like he could be a player. Could be one of those rising stars for Garage Doors Southwest. Big ruck knocked down, one down there by Ward. Anderson has it. That's Ty Anderson, and thrown to ground there by Watson. And the umpire's going to ball it up at centre half back for the Lions. Up they go. One down there by Hanny. The ball comes out through Spivey, drives it inside on the lead, George. Wow, he's a good kick of the footy, Spivey, isn't he?
Well, he's had a good day. Look, I've been very impressed with Spivey, Spence, and George and Miller. I mean, they've been very good.
So 45-degree angle, right side for a left footer. We'll kick it from about 45.
He's after number 4 too, I think.
He is Craney. He's got 4, according to me. Oh no, I'd marked it down the wrong one.
Maybe just hold still for a minute, mate, and you might be right.
Here he comes. Let's go. I don't know whether he's done enough. No, he's got 3 goals, 3 to his name. And the other fella down the other end was Milner. He's the one with 4. I marked it on the wrong side of the book last time, Craney.
That colour coding didn't work on there, mate.
No, that's just not going to help me. The colourblind and dyslexia are all the whole lot chucked into one. Xavier Miller going to bring the ball into play. Here he comes. Right boot. Goes whack with the drop punt. Sitting underneath it was Whisk and did a lot of courage as Milner was coming a million miles an hour to the contest.
That was a bit
Whisk
like
and still gets up.
A rugby scrum, wasn't it? Just put it on his arm and just move forward, did Whisker.
See, Milner's a full forward and he's down here at centre-half back contesting.
Yeah, he's covered an enormous amount of ground.
Balls,
that's what you want from the modern-day player.
One down by Henny.
That is it, Macca.
The Preston Power Equipment siren. And at the end of the day, right Nemeth scoreboard, HBL 13-14-92 to AMR 9-7-61, 31-point win to the Lions as they look forward to September, Craney.